Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Anime Lately podcast. I'm your host, Sam the Manga Man, and here with me are my bro Takus. Introducing first, the Game Master, the divine god woken of divinity, the director of anime, Mr. King of Games himself, Ray Apollo! Our next creature is the demon in the Black Clover community. He has a great love for Weekly Shonen Jump, the Hurricane Typhoon, Legend Evash, Miguel Our next Brotaku is the CEO of the Careful for Spoilers podcast network, founder of the No Anime, No Life Facebook group. He is JB, exclusive, the great and talented James Barnes. And finally, make way for the train because the gods of the three realms are here. Blessed by the Archangel Michael comes the guardians who protect the earth. You're welcome, by the way. The Godfather creator Patrick Thomas and the artisan designer and illustrator Aiden Yin Hall. Team GodPunch! How y'all doing?
That was freaking awesome.
Oh yeah, I'm great after that intro.
Yeah. Sam, that was you in rare form. I'm very proud of you.
Yeah, that was long. I heard a lot of vowels extending more than I thought I would never hear in my life. Vowels extending so much O's, so many U's, so many O's. But that was a lot of fun.
Here. I gotta show off a little bit over here. I gotta impress our guests right now.
Well done.
Like the next JR, bro.
I hope so. I wish to be that.
I've told him many times to try out, but right now not the right time. But I told him when the time is ready, he gotta extend that voice out there.
Oh yeah, I need to. Oof, exercise my throat right there. Maybe do some little voice acting, some training, some vocal exercises and stuff, and then I'll do some ring announcing.
Baby?
Yeah.
For sure. Thank you. So guys, how is everybody? How was the day? Everybody good? Everybody relaxing, chilling?
Yeah.
I'm
here with you guys. Got my glass of wine. I'm good.
I'm drinking
without ice in it? Okay.
So tell me, guys, in the chat and everything, is it weird that I'm drinking a wine just with ice in it? Because so far, I got roasted.
A red wine
before.
with ice.
A red wine with ice.
Weird.
And it's not a sangria, by the way. It's not a sangria. He just put ice in a red wine.
The wine is called Colitos. If you translate it, it's technically called ass. If you translate it, that's what technically the wine is called.
Okay, we know you like ass, but you ain't gotta brag. All right, that's cool. All right.
I mean, like nobody really likes cold ass either, so.
I didn't really believe this is how we will start the show, but okay.
I didn't expect that from Sam. Sam, I love you.
Yeah, that's interesting. But either way, with our guests here, I want to know how you guys been. Has this helped you with this whole quarantine? Right? Has it helped you to kind of focus more in your artistic style and in your manga itself?
And I'm essential, so I mean, life. Life ain't changed for me. If anything, it's gotten a lot more hectic.
Yeah.
So personally, it's been a little bit more difficult for me to create, just because work has gotten a lot busier. I'm trying to make time. Honestly, I'm trying to do what I can.
All right, and Yen, for you?
Honestly, I mean, I'm not essential. I teach tennis. That's like the only thing I do right now. So,
man, you teach tennis?
Yeah.
You're the first person I've ever met in my entire life.
I would agree to
my
that.
entire life. And I'm not young no more. I can say that now. Man. All right. Bet.
Yeah. I mean,
I did get trained by tennis once. I play handball. That's close to tennis, so that was close to handball. New York, in New York, that's handball was right there next to each other, right there.
Okay.
You continue.
Oh yeah. Well, I played tennis like competitively for about 12 years.
Damn.
Oh, cool. Oh, nice.
So, I stopped playing in my junior year of college
Okay, all
to
right.
focus on my degree because it was just like it was very hectic at that
Smart,
time.
smart.
So,
What did you
yeah,
major in?
fine arts.
Fine arts.
All
All
right,
right, all right.
Specifically digital art and animation. So I was like the one of two of the first majors to or art majors to graduate with in that focus
Dang, all
at
right.
my school. So
You Black history, boy. I'm tired of finding out shit about you. You ain't never tell me that before. Last
Wow.
interview I found out Master P was his uncle or some shit. Now I
it's
just
not,
found
no,
out
he's
like,
not my uncle. He's
he
not my
fucking
uncle.
Black history.
Wait,
like,
hold
sorry.
up. Hold up. Master P, your uncle?
He's not my uncle. I went to his house.
Is that your dad? Okay, come on.
No.
Oh.
Like when I
Your
was
godfather?
I was like 6.
Stepfather?
Maybe younger than that because it's like very blurry, the memory, so I must have been like super young.
Mm-hmm.
But for some reason, like my family went to his house, and that's like a very I like kind of remember a little bit of what the house looks like. I know he had like a ton of chandeliers and stuff in his house, and a Rolls Royce I think parked out front.
Man.
Wow.
That's about it. That's about all I remember. And I was like a kid, so I was playing with some kind of toys or something in his house.
You had a cameo on the Little Romeo show.
No, I did not. No, I did not.
That's now two things I can say that I've never heard anybody ever tell me before.
Or on the show.
Yep.
This is just new stuff that's happening in one show already.
So
Yeah, we're getting the scoops right now.
So
Yeah.
basically, what I want y'all, what I would love for y'all to do is just kind of give me like the 30-second, like, who are you? Tell the people who you are and like what you love. Like, and Pat, you can go first. Like, just kind of like give me the spiel, man.
Who am I and what I love?
Yeah.
I'm a simple man that loves complicated things.
Oh.
And I'm from a smaller town, man. I'm from a little place called Natchitoches, Louisiana. You couldn't spell it even if you tried.
You right.
I'm from the country, bro. I came from humble beginnings, and all I want to do is just become one of the greats, become a great mangaka. I had a love for nice things, women, and all things anime and superhero related.
I love it.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
I love it. All right, Yin, what you got?
I don't know if my background is as cool as Patrick's. You know, from humble
Oh, he has a
beginnings,
tennis.
you know.
And
Well,
competitive.
tennis-
That's already-
and he was in a cameo with Romeo, so you know it makes sense.
No, but my background has always been in art since I was like 3 years old. So I've always been drawing, you know, doing some kind of art. And I really got into manga when I was in like 4th or 5th grade, I think.
Cool.
Went to the library and picked up like a Dragon Ball Z manga book. And that was like the first time I read anything. And then the next thing I read was Ranma 1/2.
Yo, okay. Look, nobody ever
said the secret words.
Nobody ever mentioned this in the past
nobody
51
ever.
episodes.
I'm the only person who's ever talked about Ranma on this show. So okay,
I can't
All right.
speak too much on it because when I was younger, I was like maybe 11 or
I don't
12
care,
years
man.
old.
I read that. I continued reading that because it had titties in it. I understand.
That's okay, but see, look, that's what's funny. I thought it was like, you know, oh, this is pretty cool. This is like, it was in a hardback edition, which is, you know, rare. Actually, I think manga back in the day, they didn't really have. Not all of them were in paperback form.
Right.
So, and it was in the format where it was flipped.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so because they used to do that. So
Yeah.
yeah, and I'm glad they stopped doing that because
Uh-huh.
it ruined a lot of artwork and stuff.
It really did.
But yeah, I read that not knowing that it had like, you know.
Neither did I.
Yeah, so I got to that page and I was like, wait a minute, what am I reading? I'm like 12 years old reading that. So
Oh yeah, no, I was kidding. I was like, "Hey, Ma, can we get some more of these?" And she was like, "Oh, and she was like, as long as you're reading, baby." And I'm like, "Yeah, Ma, I'm reading."
I'm reading and learning.
So, can you remember the first anime character you ever drew?
Dang. That's pretty tough. It was probably like Naruto or something.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, definitely, because that's one of the bigger series that I got into
Mhm.
early on, and I mean, I definitely drew like Dragon Ball Z inspired characters, you know,
Mhm.
after I read Dragon Ball Z, but
Mhm.
I don't think I ever was like just full on like, let me draw Goku, let me draw this. I always was drawing OC, like, you know, original characters. And then if I ever saw something, I was like, oh, I really want to draw that. I'd draw like Naruto or, you know, something like that. But yeah, so I've been into manga and anime for like a minute. And my parents, or mostly my dad, was into like old school anime and stuff like Thundercats and
Hell
stuff
yeah.
like that.
All right.
Robotech.
Yeah,
So-
Robotech. Man, you saying all the magic words. All right.
What about Thundercats? Oh, I used to love that show when it was the nice one, not the current one. The current one's, oh my god, that
Oh,
current.
what is it like?
You just mean Thundercats because
Yeah.
nothing else exists outside of what I remember as Thundercats.
Oh yes, I totally agree.
wasn't there like a remake back in 2014, like
It's
an
a
anime?
remake now.
That one was good. The 2014
Just like
was
there
nice.
was a remake of Speed Racer that doesn't exist. Yeah.
The Speed Race, I think that came out in 2010 or something like that, was nice actually. That one I think is the one.
So you talk about the second remake, and the second remake was great. The third remake,
I don't remember. I'm seeing the third remake then.
because we count the movie counts as the third remake.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
the
yeah.
movie.
that was the CGI joint, huh?
Yeah. That was when they
Yeah.
first started messing with CGI like heavy.
Right. Yeah.
I actually enjoyed that movie. I actually enjoyed what they did with the technology and pushing the boundaries of what they did in film, because that's the kind of stuff I like in movies.
In that respect,
so.
I get it. Like in that respect, yes.
Yeah.
But I love Speed Racer growing up. Like that was my.
Oh hell yeah!
I
And
love
then
the
they
film
did that,
overall.
and I was like, okay.
The film
It's
overall.
really
was good.
it's really hard to make anime translate to screen. It's
Mhm.
really hard. I think that was the biggest issues. But what they were able to accomplish making that movie,
Yes,
I love it.
All of us in Ong learned that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Bleach had a pretty decent live action. I enjoyed the Bleach live action.
Bleach
The
was
Bleach
actually
one?
not
Oh yeah,
bad.
you're
Live
right.
action
That
was not
wasn't
bad.
It
of
was
all
not
the ones
bad.
that came out. You're right. That is the least worst one.
Yeah, the least worst one. Yeah.
Mhm.
They're like top
The
five.
Full Metal Alchemist one was good to me too.
I have not watched that one yet.
I haven't
I'll be
watched
honest.
either
I haven't
one
watched
either,
that one yet.
Yeah,
I-
when they tried to do stuff from the anime, that's
Mhm.
where it didn't work. But when they
Yeah.
tried to do their own thing, I had a blast watching it.
Okay.
Yeah, because
There's an Attack on Titan one somewhere in the world.
Is
Please
there
stay away
really?
from it.
There
Please
is. I
stay
haven't
away
checked
from
it
it.
out yet, though.
Stay away. It was
It
like
is
5
the
in morning,
worst thing
I
I've
was
ever
bored,
seen.
I couldn't sleep.
I love Japan. I love Japan for what they did. They tried, but what
And
they
you
did.
guys know I love Attack on Titan.
Oh yeah, we know.
We know.
Oh, we
I
know.
saw those movies immediately after I got into Attack on Titan, and I'm like, what the fuck, bro?
Those movies are bad. If I'm correct, there's 3 of them. I think there's 3 live action them on from Japan.
I've seen
There's
2.
they
and
made
that's
3
too
of
much.
Yeah, there's 3 of them.
I
There's,
thought it was just
there's-
one.
Nah,
Dang.
if I'm
Oh
correct,
yeah,
there's 3.
I thought it was just 2.
Yeah,
Yikes.
if I'm correct, there's 3 from John.
I'll wait for them. I'll wait for the musical. It'll be fine.
Damn.
Yeah,
There is-
I like the musical. Yeah, same here.
Attack on
If
Titan
you
on
didn't
Ice.
like Eren from the anime, you're definitely not gonna like him in this movie. Mikasa sucks. The Titans look ridiculous.
Oh,
It's
the Titans
a
just look
mess.
horrible. The games look The games look better than the movie. I would say that.
Facts.
Okay. I mean, those games ain't bad. So okay. Yeah.
Yeah. But a question I do want to ask you guys, Pat, again. How did you guys meet? Like, how do you guys know each other? Like, what is the behind the scene? Like, what's the
Yeah.
story?
Tell us the origin story. Yeah.
That's what I want to hear. I want to hear the origin story. Like, whoever wants to explain it, or go first.
So Twitter, of course. Twitter's very powerful.
Miguel's best friend.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. Ayenda, I think you said did I reach out to you first?
Yeah, it was like because somebody, retweeted my art in one of those like, post your art down here and we'll retweet it, so
Mhm,
people can see it type things. And it was Patrick and somebody else that hit me up. The other guy, his project fell through, and it wasn't a manga related. It was like just some like doing an album cover or something like that. And Patrick hit me up about doing a commission for GodPunch. That's like the first cover that's on the chapter 1 hard copies.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That was like the first commission that we did. And so I did that for him. And then I told him about, at the time we were looking at Noir Caesar. We were both like, I mentioned that, and I was like, hey, they're looking for, do a contest every year, and we should submit our portfolios, because I'm submitting mine. And I was like, you should put yours together. Then we found out they weren't doing the contest that year, but they didn't tell anybody. So
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
so it was kind of interesting because it kept us in contact, like in communication,
Alright.
for those couple of months. And then when I got ready to graduate college, he hit me up about coming on like full time, basically, because I had told him like how much it was going to cost to hire me or whatever at the time. And then he hit me up. He was like, "Hey man, I really like your artwork and stuff, and I just don't like you really have matched the vision that I have for the what the characters are going to look like and stuff."
You the goat.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But we can't like afford you at this time. Could you possibly do some work for us anyway? Just take like a leap of faith on the project. And I sat there for like 30 minutes, in my dorm.
Yeah.
I was
30
like,
minutes.
Definitely sat there for a minute.
yeah, I was like,
That was panicking.
yeah, I didn't want to leave my red, but I was
Say,
definitely
you left
sitting
your
there
read for a minute. It's like,
Bro, you
Like,
definitely left me
boy.
on red, bro.
I was sitting there for a cool 30 minutes. Like, do I really want to take, a leap of faith working on a project right out of college?
I think it's the great time to take a leap of faith right after college.
I don't
mean,
know,
and
man. After
it was-
college, you're like, I want to make money. You know what I'm saying? Like that's everybody after college. I know I was at least. So
That's all.
Same here.
I respect
Same here.
respect to you, man, because it's like I was like, everybody was like, hey, Ray, let's do this, and I'm like, nah, f y'all, I'm going to get a real job.
Like,
I
how much you pay
regretted
me?
I regretted it immediately. So you smart.
And
All right.
see, the thing is, like, it kind of worked out because I struggled finding a job coming out of college.
Mhm. Like most of us
And
did. Yep.
especially in my field, like nobody
Mhm.
wants to pay what a graphic designer is actually worth,
Yep.
and they
I-
use it as an umbrella term for like 7 different jobs.
We could have a whole conversation about college and how they basically tricked us.
Yeah.
Because when they were telling when they were telling us to go to college, you should have already been graduating from college, because all those people got those jobs at college was like, hey, you need a degree for these jobs. And then
Mhm.
when we went through college, they're like, well, I mean, everybody we was talking to already got their degree and they got jobs already. So
Right.
sorry about y'all, but you just got some debt and go live your
Good luck
life.
to you.
Yeah.
Good luck.
That's
Good
basically what
luck,
it was. And so I completely understand that.
Yeah. And then when you get out of college, they're like, "Oh, we'll hire you, but you need 5 years of experience."
Exactly.
I hate
It's
that
like,
the most.
It's like, hey,
Mm.
what your experience at? Sir, I went to college. And
That is my
ain't that my experience?
Like-
Right? That's
Bro, I just
4 to 5 years
graduated
right
Saturday,
there.
bro. Come on.
Like, didn't I train here to be with 4 or
It's
5
like,
years at college
I
to
just,
be here?
yeah, like I
Yeah.
just graduated. Ain't that what y'all wanted? No, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. So I was like, it worked out that I decided to take that leap of faith and work on the project because I was gonna be at home anyway. My parents were like, we're not gonna make you move out and be in
Damn.
even more
That's
debt.
nice. Yeah.
Preach.
Like
I love
stay
that
at
about your
home and pay get your payments done on your student loans, which is what I'm doing right now.
Mhm.
So and then just working on the project. So I haven't had a job since I graduated college. Not a real job. I've had I've been working doing tennis and all that kind of stuff, but even that has gotten shortened down to like I only work 2 days a week.
I mean,
Now I'm not working at all.
that's still a real job. You making real money, right?
Yeah.
So that's still a real
It-
job.
It's still an income that comes
Yeah.
to you. That's
It's-
money.
yeah. So now it's not an income at all because I'm not working at all.
Right.
So but
Thanks, COVID.
yeah, thanks COVID. But it worked out because we're doing GodPunch right now. We got all these we started doing the website and the merch store and all that kind of stuff after New York. And when COVID hit, I wasn't doing tennis anymore, and I was like, well, what can we do? We can just this is a perfect time to really build the business, you know.
Mhm.
So I told Patrick, I was like, okay, let's get our official GodPunch emails, Team GodPunch emails.
Somebody emailed me on mine today. Actually,
Yeah?
I felt so official. Like,
That's
yeah,
wust up.
That's
Okay.
I'm a
awesome.
real
That's awesome.
CEO, bro. Like, yeah. Don't worry, Mr. Thomas will get back to you soon.
That must be a great
Exactly.
feeling. Like that must be like a really great feeling to see your email box. You're like, yo, you're my first email today. You must be
Yo.
special. Like who you? You know what? I will respond to you today. You deserve that.
This
Yo.
spam, I don't even care. I'm gonna respond to you.
But
That was
So-
me when I first got my email.
so when you guys talked through Twitter, how long ago was that? 2 years ago, or was that very recent, like a year
That
ago.
was last year.
Oh
Yeah,
wow.
I think
Yeah.
it's been
Wait.
about a year now since we.
So
since we
so
So
this
y'all
been a
done, y'all
year?
done did this in
Fresh.
just a year?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like the
Wait.
growth that we had,
Wow.
because it was
amazing.
okay. So it's
That's
been
amazing.
a little bit over a year since we talked, because I think Patrick hit me up around December.
May? Was he May?
Well, it was December of 20.
Oh, it was December for the Noir Caesar stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. That's when we started doing the portfolio stuff. That was when the first commission. You reached out to me for that.
Yeah.
But then you hit me up again a few months later in last year around
It was around your
May,
graduation.
around graduation, to hit me up about the project. So from about the end of May to July 3rd, which is when we released the first chapter, that's when we really started, getting stuff off the ground.
That's crazy. Damn, that's a good amount of time to actually, have the story and have the connection that you guys have now, to actually build it, and plus for the leap of faith. That's amazing.
Mhm.
And for my follow-up question, why did you guys choose webtoon to be your kind of
Platform.
platform, your distributor? Like, who chose that? Like, why did you choose that? Why didn't you go to like different company, manga, comic book outlet?
So the cool thing about Webtoon is that they publish your work for free when you
dope.
upload it.
Shit. Okay.
Yeah, so that's for me, that was the best part about Webtoon. They publish your work for free, and then on top of that, it's a space where anybody can upload their material. So it's a space for creatives.
Mhm.
And so we didn't have to worry about paying anyone. We didn't have to worry about coming out of pocket or cutting a check with Webtoon or anything like that. And now it's paid off because they're starting to do the partnerships with Crunchyroll. For the Crunchyroll exclusive anime.
Yeah.
So now it's like, we can get enough traffic on there. We have the opportunity to get an anime, which is what we're trying to do.
Yeah, of
Nice.
course.
So, yeah, but Webtoon was the best option for us, and man, we can't turn down free publishing.
No,
Oh,
you
yeah.
can't.
Right.
No, you can't.
It's great eyes because like without webtoon, Ray would have found it and told us about it to read GodPunch, and after he told many other series to read as well, because he is the one that recommended us to read, GodPunch. He's the one that came up and said, like, "Hey guys, I gotta tell you about this series, right, Ray?"
I mean, it's one of
Thank
those
you
things
so
where
much, brother.
I live on Twitter. Y'all know this. I'm dumb.
Same.
And so I saw this and I was like, yo, for real. Like it still kind of blows my mind because I think about, we grew up reading manga and watching anime. And I'm like, yo, people that look like me making manga?
That's
Are you kidding
the
me?
biggest thing for me, dude. Like
And
that's
so,
such an incredible.
As soon
thing
as
to
I
see.
found that, I was like, no, we got to talk about this, and I want them to read this because I love that this is even possible. Like
it's sad, right? Like I've grown up watching anime and manga, and black people not really being represented. And to see something like this,
but we love it. You know what I'm saying? We love it.
But I never even thought about it until I saw
Exactly.
this, and it's like, holy shit! Like this is an entire cast of people that look like me, and this really, really good story of this kid that didn't really think that much of himself, that grows into become this, who finds out that he's going to be a guardian to protect the three realms. Like instantly, that description is something that I would read, something that I would watch. And then the fact that it's an entirely black class really resonates with me, and I really appreciate the fact that you guys made this.
Yep, I love it. Like I'm
I
love this. I legitimately love this. Like, and this is why I was like, I want to talk with them because it's like, yo, like this is real, and I want as many people as I can tell about it to know about it.
We appreciate it, man.
Oh no, we appreciate y'all. Cause like seriously, thank you for like taking your energy and your time to make something like this, because it matters. It really does. Representation matters.
Yeah,
I don't care what nobody says. That matters so much. If I was to ever have a mini me, Lord willing, please don't do that. This is something I would love to show them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and not Mr. Popo.
Oh God, no. Or Jinx. Yep, you're right.
Or probably Piccolo. But the thing is, to kind of really see it in a manga style, but then you read it from left to right instead of Japan style right to left, to actually see that, to actually see that type of representation, but also a person in school that cut class and everything, and like it's very different from all the mangas we read from Japan that is all based in Tokyo. That's all based in superpowers or anything from Tokyo. But to actually see it in a manga side, like your creators, your creation is really like I'm happy to see that, to actually see it very different, and from a webtoon, and not from Viz, Shonen Jump. To actually see that, it gets me excited to actually see it come to life more throughout the next couple of months and years.
Yeah, yo, I'm so programmed to read right to left that I read the first page right to left, and I'm like, wait, what the fuck's going on? And then I'm like, oh no, the other way.
Yo,
I had to ask Ray. Yo, Ray, quick question.
I did. He's not lying. He is not lying. I got a message and I was like, what the fuck is he talking about?
It's left to right.
I'm like, just read it. And he's like, what do you mean?
I told him, yo, Ray, I read the whole chapter. No, I think half the chapter. Like, I read almost half the chapter. The way right to left, like, yo, Ray, I'm confused. Like, about the story. He told me, like, and then he told me, boy, what you doing? Like, I'm reading. Like, boy, read. I'm like, I am reading. Like, you're supposed to read it. Left, you're like,
I'm like, just read like you're supposed to read. And he's like, and I'm like, what do you mean? I'm like, oh no, read it like a graphic novel instead of like a manga. He's like,
and then that's when it hit me, like, comic book style, left to right, not like manga style, because the way you see it black and white, you see it like manga style.
I mean, that's usually what we read, so I get it. But I was like, come on, boy, catch up.
Just it hit me, so I was like, oh, okay, now it makes sense why Percy got mad before he was supposed to not get mad. So I had to reread the whole chapter to make sure that I actually comprehend the thing before. I was like so confused. So I was like, so now I know before I jump to the series to make sure. Okay, left, right.
I mean,
okay,
usually with webtoons, yeah.
Webtoons, yeah. Viz, Shonen Jump, everything. I know it's right to left, those things. But that was a whole confusion that just got me, screamed by Red. Like, supposed
I'm glad you reminded me of that, because that was hilarious. You're right.
So, Yin, Pat, so I know you established you're based into webtoons. Is there any other webtoon series that you read that you really enjoy that you would put that in the top?
Tower of God.
Okay, you right.
Tell me you're watching the anime.
So, of course I'm watching the anime.
Okay.
Oh,
so
God.
That's your favorite Tower of God out of all webtoons right now, currently?
Yeah, it's my favorite. Tower of God is in my top 5 all time.
Wow. Nice. Wait, that's included from manga from Japan and everything?
Yes.
Wow. Okay, please explain.
So wait, hold up. So you read God of High School, right?
Yeah, it's gonna.
I have not. That's on my list. I have a very extensive manga list that I have to get to, and so I just started my first one on the list. I'm reading Berserk, and then I'm just going down.
Okay. All right.
But God of High School is definitely on that list.
It should be. You right.
I heard good things though.
I'm excited about good because I love telling people about like God of High School. And they're like, yeah, they're like, I read it and I love it. I'm like, good, because I love when people enjoy good things.
He does.
Like GodPunch. So yeah.
He likes to preach this because when we usually like to say like who wants to cover what series for each season, when you say who wants to cover God of High School, we didn't even get a chance to ask. He said, I'm gonna do God of High School. Ray just came in. I'm gonna choose that. I'm gonna do reactions for that. Like,
what he really said was dibs.
Yeah, I did say dibs.
Yeah, he did say dibs.
Dibs. It's mine.
Yeah. So he didn't even say it. He just said dibs. He called that. But why is Tower of God your favorite, Pat?
Man, I've been reading Tower of God since 2015. I remember because it was my first year of grad school when I started it. I felt I'm a sucker for a good story. Like, that's my weakness. I love a good story. I love twists and turns. I love plot. I love unique lore. And Tower of God gave me all of that and more. And it took me on a journey, and it made me crave more every chapter. And so, like, even now in 2020, like, I'm still getting excited, with stuff that's happening in the series and things that SIU is doing. I love it. Like, he is a madman with the pen, and I am just blown away.
Okay. Nice. All right.
Cool.
How do you enjoy the adaptation so far from the first 8 episodes of the anime?
So I'm enjoying the adaptation a lot. I was excited to hear, how the different characters sounded and stuff like that. I love Rock. I love that he has all my voice actor. I love it.
Yes, it's so good.
Rack is amazing.
Rack is my favorite character. He is my favorite.
Love Rack. I'm enjoying the adaptation. I am noticing that they're trying to condense a lot of the chapters into a couple of episodes, since I guess it's like a test trial. for a webtoon original to become an anime. So I am noticing, I guess just how they're pacing it. But aside from that, I don't have any problems. I love it.
Cool. What about you, Ian? Your favorite webtoons?
Honestly, I haven't really read a ton of webtoons because I don't really have time to read like that. So
I feel you.
Yeah, I mean, I just started reading Tower of God because Patrick told me to get on it. And of course, when the anime came out, I was like, well, I'm gonna watch the anime. I'm definitely gonna watch that. And then I was kind of like, all right, maybe I'll start reading it, just to kind of get some more content. And everybody's talking about it. Everybody I know talks about it, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna start reading it. So that's like the only webtoon that I read.
That's okay. That's cool.
Right now. In terms of manga, I haven't even really had time to read manga like that either. I kind of want to start collecting some more books that I have series of right now to get back into reading. But I need to catch up on One Punch Man.
Nice.
I need to really. I mean, Jujutsu Kaisen just got their anime announcement, which was amazing.
Yeah, that's
to see. And
nice.
I gotta get back into reading that. So I mean, Pat's the big manga reader. I just draw. That's about it.
That's all you do is just draw.
I draw and watch when I can. I watch when I eat. I don't really have time to watch any other times.
And he won't let me tell him no spoilers either, so I don't really have nobody.
Zero spoilers, but I will read the rest of the GodPunch chapters later.
Do you?
He ain't even read all the GodPunch chapters that I've written.
I want to be surprised. It's not my story, so I'm like,
I want to be surprised.
Aren't you a partner?
Well, so I read the chapters that I'm working on. Like I'll read. If I'm on chapter 3, I'm gonna read chapter 3. If I'm on chapter, and then so on. Patrick's like, so you don't know what happens in chapter 30, and I'm like,
dang, that's 25 chapters later.
I want to be surprised.
And read, bro, and it's breaking my heart.
Now I'm gonna eventually just have to, bite the bullet and just read.
Well, I mean, all I'm gonna say is, you want somebody to read something,
you can just pass it over here if you want us to be like, yo, this is some good shit. We can't tell nobody.
I'm a big reader too.
I'm a read. Yeah. I'll read. I do that.
I'll read.
A little more after this.
We don't worry. No leaks will be out here, but we will just stay enclosed in a small circle here.
Yeah.
But
so, Pat, I gotta ask you: are you a fan of Villain Saga?
Me?
Pat.
Or Patrick? Patrick.
Both.
Either one of you guys.
Both.
We both are.
I love me some Vinland Saga. Oh God. Okay. That's on my manga read. That's on my manga list to read as well. I fell in love with the anime, and usually when an anime just grabs me and pulls me in, I gotta pick up the manga. I gotta see what's happening.
Yeah, I'm the same. So I'm caught up with the manga right now. It's incredible. The story is so good,
and the art style.
Is it still ongoing? Or
it's still ongoing.
It's just right now it's on his last arc, but the last arc is probably end in 5 years because the series it's monthly, right, James?
Yeah.
Yes, monthly.
That's fine. Everything's ending right now, so that's okay.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. That's fine, yeah.
But
we're losing all the greats right now.
But the thing is, Villain Saga, the art style, I just got into it because James reads sometimes series without telling us because he accidentally happens to read series without just happens to say, hey guys.
It's like, hey, yo, we're all talking about this together and we're all about the same place. And James like, oh no, I accidentally read the whole thing this weekend.
Yeah.
See, I start to read one chapter and then next thing I know, I'm 80 chapters in. It's like, well, it's too late.
So
I mean, because we were talking about Fire Force together and James like, oh man, dang, I read that whole thing this last week. And I'm
he
like,
did. We were talking about Fire Force.
So I can't talk with you about Fire Force no more. Okay.
And plus Villain Saga. And then James reads the whole series within a week or two for both times. And then me, Ray, and Sam just talk about the series, do a weekly reviews, and then James is like,
impression. Like,
I'm always trying to get him to make a face because I'm like, if he make a face, it's like, oh no, he did. Okay, cool.
You're like, hey, he dead? I don't know. He could be alive. He could be dead. Because sometimes he doesn't get that great poker face when he's trying to hide it. So he'd be like, he's dead, he's lying, yeah.
I think my favorite was when we were talking about Vinland Saga week to week. That was my favorite because I was always trying to say something ridiculous to see what he would do.
And me say, yo, Ashkelat is a great fucking villain. He's like, yo, I can't wait to see what happens in season 2. And James would be like, sometimes like, yeah, can't wait to see season 2, right? And then you find out what happened at the end. You're like, yeah, can't wait to have season 2. You just get that whole head chop off.
I mean, I'm just gonna say I was right, but that's okay.
But I do suggest to definitely read Vinland Saga. The art style is so different from the anime. It's more.
It's so much darker than the anime,
and it's more
the
detailed.
Art is incredible.
It's more detailed.
And the anime is dark is already.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
It gets darker.
But I suggest
Like,
to
violently darker.
I suggest to read the first season 1 of the art style, because the art style is more detailed, more dark, and a lot more shading. A lot more shading is really nice, and that's one.
One panel that instantly sticks out to my mind. It's a panel where Thorkill is just killing
with the axe as well.
Yeah, with the axes, he's just killing Askeladd's guys.
I can see that
It
in my head.
is so much more graphic in the manga. It's crazy.
Okay.
And by the time when he punched the horse, you actually show his arm going through the horse
Uppercut the horse.
in the manga.
My man uppercut the horse.
So it was more detailed. So that's one thing I enjoy about it.
They do a great job, but the
that's
art in the
nasty.
manga is incredible.
Razor like it's nasty.
That's nasty.
But one other question I want to ask about manga that you guys mentioned. So I heard in one previous interview that you guys mentioned that Oda and then plus Togashi are kind of like your idol. How did that come to be?
So
yeah, we did our research. Yeah,
One Piece is
I did most.
One Piece is my goat. I love One Piece. God, I don't have the words. They don't make enough words in Webster to explain my love for One Piece and Eiichiro Oda. Like, I take a bullet for this man. But Togashi as well, because I love Yu Yu Hakusho and I love Hunter x Hunter.
Yes.
Angle your camera up,
Oh,
Miguel.
God,
Angle your camera up.
I'm tired of staring at Luffy's dick. Put his face in the camera.
I don't know if you met my friend here. You know, he's a big tall.
Thank you.
Oh,
He's tall, you know.
Miguel finds an excuse every single episode to pull out Luffy.
You know,
Every single
bro.
episode.
That is beautiful. I gotta give me some One Piece Funkos, man.
no, but this dude is
feel-
6 feet and 4 inch. He taller than me.
Yeah, I think Luffy only like 5'8" in the anime or some shit too. So yeah, that's all.
I don't know why he taller than me, and I'm 6'2". Like, why he taller than me for no reason?
Okay, listen. I'm gonna need you to stop talking like you so damn tall. Okay, use a normal height. Relax. Okay.
My dad's the normal height. He's 5'10".
No,
I'm
use a
6'2".
normal height. Okay, relax. You ain't that tall.
Anyway, you're fan about Oda, you know, because because us here in the community of One Piece, we call him Goda as well, you know.
Yeah, we call him Goda.
Yeah.
We call him Goda. I'm a sucker for a good story, just like I said about Tower of God. And that's what Oda did for me with One Piece. And I even read the one shot. I think it was Monster. Monster.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, I read the one shot about Ryuma, and so anything that man puts out, I'm gonna read it. But I fell in love with the world building. That's the one thing that captivated me about Oda and Togashi. Just the world building and how you could put a piece here at B and another piece all the way over here at X, and you make it connect down the line eventually. You know, and so that's one thing that I took from both of them, and that I've incorporated, you know, in my writing with GodPunch. But I just love the world building, and I love their storytelling.
Man, you trying to tell me I'm gonna actually like One Piece since I like GodPunch so much?
Man,
Okay,
look, bro.
okay, fine.
It's an adventure, bro.
I've been trying to get James and Ray to get into One Piece for
Look,
almost.
we started.
almost 2
I
years.
started.
We started.
Don't attack me! Don't attack me!
They need a long
Yeah,
time.
don't attack me. I'm just trying to explain to Pat my adventure and my persuasive. I've been trying to get them into. I've known these guys for almost less than 3 years, and I've been trying to get them into One Piece. And I finally this year got them. Hey, just try it. Just try 10 chapters.
Yeah, we started we started One Piece in 2020, and look what happened.
Well, perfect time, you know, quarantine.
Right, you ain't got nothing else to do now. Yeah, you got plenty of time.
Mm-hmm.
My girlfriend is finally finishing the Alabasta arc,
Alabasta.
131 episodes, finally done. Next is Skypiea. I don't know how she's gonna feel about that because a lot of people are half and half on Skypiea.
Personally, I enjoy Skypiea.
Thank you.
I enjoyed it.
I'm one of them too. Skypiea's number 5 or 6 arc for me, so I'm happy they say that because
and it's so important for later on down the line when they talk about the
thank you.
Yeah, so
It's like
I enjoy
it's like the arc itself probably not great, but on the grander scale of the world,
that.
One Piece,
What it did for the world building, it was important.
is huge. And as I'm very excited to hear you about talking about One Piece and how it's done for you. But has it also influenced you on creating GodPunch? Like the way that you want to build the world, since you already have 35 chapters written, you said?
I just started 37 last night.
Okay, nice.
All right.
I just started chapter 37 last night.
That's what's up.
So like,
I want to ask Pat, are you gonna include like side stories for the side characters in a way, like how like Seven Deadly Sins, how they explain the individual sin's backstory and past.
Yeah.
When it was still good, Ray. When it was still good.
Well, yeah, when it was still good.
Good.
When it was still good.
But,
I did think about doing like some light novels.
Okay.
all
Yeah,
right.
I thought about doing that because I am interested in fleshing out, my verse, and as well as some of the side characters that people become fans of, but they have questions about XYZ that happens. So what I'm starting to do now, pretty much how I write my script out. I have a description at the top for the panel, for the front page that I want Yende to do. And so what I'm starting to do now is kind of tell like side stories with some of the characters, just like little short adventures that they're doing. Like with One Piece, they had like this long spread where, it had like an adventure of Ace and some of the things that he was doing, when he left Luffy in Alabasta. So it's something kind of like that, I think I'll make it canon, but it's just something to, little fan service just to, give fans a little sneak peek of, something their favorite character might be doing when, we're not talking about it in the series.
Cool. Nice. Awesome. Actually, you mentioned that you finished grad school. What did you major in grad school?
I got my master's in social work.
Man, look, I have so much respect for people who do anything in social work. So
I agree.
for real, like big time love for that.
Appreciate it, brother. Appreciate it.
And Yen, I was gonna ask, since Pat said that what inspired him with One Piece and Hunter x Hunter, what inspired you to draw? Was anything as well manga related, anime related, comic book as well? Like what inspired you to draw, with your art style as well, both in those type of sense?
Well, when I was younger, I actually started before I got into manga. I was really more into American style like comics and graphic novels and things like that. I bought some of the little how to draw a graphic novel, those books written by good artists, but overall it's like this is one style out of like thousands, you know. So for a while this you would try to draw like in the book, and then you'd be like, okay, this is no. So style would just gradually change as I would read more manga and comics and stuff like that. When I got into manga and started doing my own series and kind of like getting my own style fleshed out, it really was more reminiscent of like Bleach. I was a really big Kubo fan because that was like the first big three, I think, that I really like read all the way through and watched the anime like in high school.
So far you ain't missed, man. So far you ain't missed.
He don't miss though. That's the thing. He don't know how.
You got it. You got it. All right.
Oh, a quick side question I want to ask: how did you feel about the ending of Bleach? Without
Why
no
you do
spoilers. I
Why
want
you
to
do
know.
this? You know how we all feel about the end of the Bleach. Stop it.
I just want to know about Yen's opinion, since he said that that's the one he finished and enjoyed out of the big three. So I want to know, like, how did he feel about him actually being entertained by the whole thing, and then see how Ohkubo, did not finish that well.
I think what had happened was Kubo was really you could see where he wanted to go.
Yes.
In the last arc, and then he was like, and Shonen Jump was like, wrap it up, go ahead and wrap it up for us. And Kubo was like, okay, I'm gonna just have to wrap it up. I feel like with the anime coming back, he has a chance
to change the anime,
the ending. Yeah,
Thank
to
you.
what his true vision actually was. Because I really don't think that the way it ended is how he actually wanted to end it.
Absolutely not. The way that Bleach was going, there was no way that's how he actually wanted that to end.
I don't see how anyone can create with handcuffs on.
Right.
You know
exactly.
what I mean?
Like, I think it's really evident when you look at the light novels and stuff that they put out on the side, like how much more story there was that he wanted to explore. And he was like, okay, we're just going to have to put it in other books. But I think he could actually kind of insert that in the anime next year once that gets put out. So,
but I think that's why he kind of never took the time to actually create like another work, because he was waiting for Shonen Jump and plus Shueisha to let him come back on his own time and let him do his work. That's why he now finally has his time to probably fix his work and fix his mistakes and doing the anime, because can't wait to see what he does with all the bankais and everything to actually see in the anime. Oh my god, can we not wait to see our Senpachi, his bankai. I'm excited.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
I want to ask you guys, since you guys are a fan of Kubo, how do you feel about his other work, Burn the Witch?
I haven't actually gotten like deep into it. I'm excited to kind of get
okay,
familiar with that universe. I knew that it was a when the one shot first came out, I knew that I could tell that it was connected to Bleach, and so that excited me, because in my own work I kind of have like a multiverse kind of thing. So well, yeah, kind of a multiverse. My own work is like they're all in the same universe, which is different from what like Hiro Mashima does with his work, and he does what's it called, star casting or something like that, where the same characters play different roles, like in the each story. Which is something that I think they said Osamu Tezuka was the first person to do that back in the day with his 2 different series. Like he had Astro Boy and something else, and they were like basically the same, but same character, but in different universes type thing.
Wow, yeah. Man,
yeah,
Astro Boy. God, you just took me back with
Astro Boy. I love Astro Boy.
You just took me back with
I love
that was one of my with Rama Have, that was one of my first manga, was Astro Boy.
Yeah.
Man. Okay.
I used to have the book before, but I don't have it no more. I don't think so. Yeah. I used to have that. Long time.
So I know you guys are based in Texas. Did you guys ever get a tour or want to do a tour within Funimation Studios?
Oh, we definitely would love to do that. Yeah.
Of course. Because I know Funimation is in Dallas, right? They got a headquarters in Dallas.
In Dallas, yeah. In Dallas.
Like, right outside of Dallas, yeah.
Yep.
Because I know, like with Crunchyroll having their connection with webtoons and their original, because I feel Funimation would somehow try to compete and do the same thing as well. And it's best to always outsource and network with everybody. Like never have a distaste of anything. Always connect with everyone, like into everything. And it's always good. I feel like it's good to have in talks within Funimation at the moment right now. See if they're interested with picking up the work. Pat, I want to ask, was there, besides Yin, was there any other artists that you were interested in working with GodPunch as well?
He was the first one.
The first one?
I love it.
First one, and you call it a go.
You know what you wanted.
Yeah. So the thing was, Allende, he was the first one, but like, after, he initially told me, like, this is what it's going to cost. I'm like, bro, I can't pay it. So, I was like, okay, whatever. So, I shopped around for a little bit, and, I maybe found like, artists or two, but they couldn't capture that style. But I would always go back to his work. Like, I would go to sleep every night, like looking at this man's Instagram, like he's the one for me. Like, go to sleep listening to Dreaming for You while looking at Allende's Instagram.
I've seen how Pat tweets, so.
You guys, if you ever want to be entertained, just go to Pat's Pat's Twitter. You will be entertained, because I'd be some different person now on social, but Pat don't give no F's. He just be writing whatever he is. I want a girlfriend to blow. He'd be like, just writing down. I'd be like, wow.
Just to let you guys know, it's not safe for work. So just in case.
I'd be like, wow.
I was given the name last night, the Drunken Mangaka. So that's that's my new alias now. Someone
I love it.
Bless me with that Drunken Mangaka.
You could be my Jiraiya. I like it a lot.
I would like that.
So since we're talking about art real quick, right? So that last panel in chapter 1, the reveal of the demon. What was the inspiration? Now, I don't expect you to answer me, but there's faces on here that I recognize already. Now, I don't know if that was on purpose or not. I don't know, but what was the idea behind the design of this demon?
So Zanglu is actually a mythical Chinese snake demon. What I wanted to do with GodPunch, because like we said, representation matters. I want to incorporate a bunch of lore and mythology from countries and cultures all over the world. And so I figured, all right, maybe a snake demon would be cool. Let's try that. And so I was just doing some, I was just Googling, like some inspiration to see like what kind of, monster I could incorporate for my first big antagonist. And I got the idea for Zanglu. And so once I came up with the idea for it, and, I found out like, okay, it's a snake demon. It has 9 heads. I wrote out the description, as far as, what I wanted it to look like. And then I passed it to Allende, and, he freestyled as far as, the rest of the design.
Okay.
So I have a question.
Now, in terms of scale, like how big are you thinking that the demon is? Like how tall?
I'd give Zanglu probably about 9 to 10 feet.
And originally he wasn't that tall, but the way that I drew it was like much taller than it actually was.
Yeah. I think I made it like 7 feet or something.
Yeah, he was only like 7 feet tall in the original script, and then when I drew him, I was like, "No, we got to make him taller." Like, and then when Miguel thinks he's tall. That's that. Well, because like Patrick wrote the fight scene, right? And the way that it flowed, it just kind of felt like Zhang was bigger than he was originally described to be in the text. So I was kind of like, we're just gonna make him big, and bigger equals more menacing, it's
intimidating.
So I just it kind of worked out that way, that my design ended up being bigger, and then we were just like, okay, that's fine, he's bigger, whatever, it works out. So
cool.
One of the questions I'm gonna ask, like when Yin draws your story and it puts it on paper, like how did it feel yourself when you see your own story come to life? You like your own characters, about Percy, actually gets a face. His mom is gonna, probably get a face down the line more and thing. Like to see these characters that you drew and plus envision in your head to actually see it on paper. Like, do you get emotional? Like, how do you feel like every time Yin sends something back to you? How does that feel for you?
I'm a very emotional person. I don't hide my feelings at all. I ain't got no poker face. If you piss me off or make me feel some type of way, you gonna see it.
I feel that.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But so when the first time I experienced that emotion was when Allende did the commission. The one with Percy, sitting with the archangels, with the DJ equipment on the show. I can't.
Yes.
Yeah. So that was the first one. And when he sent it to me, like, cause he broke it down. He sent me, he sent me the sketch for it, and then he'd send me, the inked version, and then he sent me the code form. And so as he was drawing it, I'm getting more and more excited. Like my anticipation is rising. I was just happy. And so when he sent me the final draft, I damn near cried. Because this is my dream. And there's nothing more satisfying for me than to be able to see my dream or to be able to hold it, And so the fact that he put it on paper for me and he brought it to life, plus it looked damn good, like it was an indescribable feeling. So literally every time he does something GodPunch related, I'm just happy. Like he'll tell you probably about the shopping cart that he had trouble doing.
Mm-hmm.
Like the infamous
you mean my favorite panel, you big bitch?
Yo, the shopping cart panel. Yeah, bro, it's the most beautiful fucking shopping cart in the world right there. I'm so happy with that shopping cart. I love it.
I love it.
And that's not even the first one I had to draw. If y'all got y'all
that's not
copies yet. But the first one, the first one was one of the character cards that we debuted back when we were doing promo for the first chapter before it came out.
All right.
It had Percy like powering up. It's on the back. Hold on. It's on the back of so y'all can
I like how you keep that gas close by you, boy.
Yeah.
Came ready.
So you see the shop. There's the shopping cart.
It looks
right here.
so good.
Yeah. So that was the first time I had to draw the shopping cart. So it was that was interesting. That was interesting. I between that and the train in the first chapter, the chapter cover, that was two of like the hardest things I've had to draw. But yeah, and then I had to draw a shopping cart again, and I was like, Patrick, we gonna have some words.
We gonna have to have some words.
Like what elements are the hardest to draw for you? Like
out of like fire and wind and water and stuff like that? Or
no,
you mean, like,
just in terms of like
general like things
just in,
to draw?
Just in general, yeah.
I think I had the most trouble drawing like Zangliu. It's like beasts and monsters and stuff. I grew up drawing animals out of encyclopedias as like practice, but it's difficult to draw something that doesn't really exist. You know, like you have to make up the body of the character and stuff like that. So really, I had to look up a lot of reference photos for like how people have drawn dragons in the past. You know, like what the anatomy of a dragon is for, you know, some people have drawn that. You know, I was kind of like, okay, let me get some ideas about how I'm going to build this character based off of the description that Patrick has given me. Yeah, that's probably the toughest thing to draw. Other than that, I think my anatomy still needs some work, but that's probably the hardest thing to draw right now.
I want to ask Pat, like how help inspire you to create new chapters for GodPunch?
So initially, when I started working on GodPunch, man, I figured, you know, this isn't something that I can do alone. And so, you know, I started getting a team together. You know, I always feel like two heads are better than one. So, you know,
totally agree.
I started building a team, and the unique thing about the beginning of the GodPunch journey is that I started letting people read, you know, like my script just to get their opinion. Everybody wants to give unwarranted advice though. And not all unwarranted advice is good advice. Yeah. And so a lot of people had very bad advice, you know? And but I got lucky, I got blessed, and I actually met a couple guys that gave great advice. And it was like we clicked, you know, and it was like, okay, this could help me expand on this point that I was having trouble with. So I said, fuck it, I gotta put you on my team. Like, you have to help me do this. And so we got together and we fleshed out the entire story. So we have
so how many people do you have on your team? Because it's like you, Yin, and who else do you have on your team?
Altogether, it's 7 of us.
Oh, 7? Oh, nice.
All right, damn. All right.
Yeah, altogether 7 of us. So you got me and Yende, you know, we're the ones, you know, putting the content out, you know, we're, you know, writing and drawing. Then you got Duke and you got Ken, you know, like my editors, you know, I don't put a chapter out, or, you know, we have like a big zip file, you know, for the team. Nice. With every guy punch chapter, all the guy punch information. So, you know, I don't save a chapter to that file until they've looked over and they approve it.
Nice.
And so we got my guy Blake. You know, Blake, he's an animator just like a Yende. Then we got my guy Gino. You know, he's helping with the clothing designs and stuff like that. He's a creative assistant. And then we got Evan. Evan is our social media guy. So Evan is the one, you know, that you guys are talking to on the Twitter account. He's the one on the Instagram account. So that's Evan.
So he's the one that got the nice screenshot of us.
I was waiting for you to bring that up.
yeah, that's Evan.
The nice screenshot of us, you know, one looking over there, and Rachel's doing this with his eyes. He's like, you know, I'm looking mighty good today, you know.
I was cleaning I knew exactly what that photo was. I was cleaning my glasses.
That was the money shot. That's what we call it, the money shot. All right.
She was right there, perfect, almost off guard.
I think I was looking okay. I was like, what the hell was I doing?
Yo.
So, quick question. Do you have any plans at all? Any thoughts on a prequel where I can see Sylvia and Percy's mom killing
that ending panel got me. I'm
'Cause
like, girl came in looking
need it
good.
now. I need it.
So more than likely,
I mean, can we just get some more art of Sylvia though? Is all I'm asking.
Yes, right,
Alright,
right.
So chapter 3 and 4 is definitely gonna give you your feel for Sylvia. You definitely gonna get the But as far as a prequel is concerned, it may just be one of those things I do in a graphic novel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, just to give some more information, about the Banshee and Sylvia's up. But I mean, she's gonna have she's gonna play a big part in the story later down the line. I mean, she's kind of gonna be like one of his teachers. If I give a spoiler, she's gonna be like one of his
right.
Yeah,
I
she's
mean,
gonna be like
that's
one
what I
of his
figured.
teachers. Yeah, so she does have some relevancy. As far as his mom's concerned, I'm gonna give some flashbacks. I don't want to leave any rock unturned.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
And how do you if you don't want to answer this, it's fine. How do you plan to release GodPunch throughout the months, years? Because I know is when you and your team is ready to release it. Do you have a plan to release it every 3 months, every 2 months? Is there a plan to schedule, or is just when you guys are ready?
So ideally, we wanted to do monthly. That was the plan. We wanted to do monthly, but it seems like every time me and Allende sit down, we're like, all right, this is the plan. Another opportunity comes up. We finished chapter 1 last July, and we were getting ready to iron out chapter 2, but then Biz Media was like, hey, we want to meet with content creators. Submit your portfolio. Come meet us in New York. And so Biz Media tweeted us, and they were like, we like your work. And I took that as a challenge, and I'm like, oh, well, if you like it, you're gonna see it in person, then. And so that's
what I'm talking about.
Yeah, we flew to New York just to meet with Viz Media.
That's
so
dope.
So we met with Viz Media. We showed them our portfolios. They love GodPunch. They have a copy of it. So that's one good thing. Viz Media does have a copy of GodPunch in their possession. So then we finally got chapter 2 hashed out, and me and Yende were talking about chapter 3. And we were getting ready to get the ball rolling with that. But then Shonen Jump was like, hey, we got this competition. You can submit your one shot and we'll serialize it in Shonen Jump and give you a couple $1,000 if you want. Guess who's going to be the judge? Oda, Toriyama, Horikoshi. I'm like, oh,
yo,
God,
that's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man.
All of my senpais are here, bro. We have to do this. And so it's every time we get ready to just really grind it out and get a consistent schedule going, another opportunity presents itself for us to get bigger and expand the brand. And I'm not upset.
Hey, that's a blessing, though.
Agreed.
Yeah,
it's an opportunity.
Those are gold opportunities. Not guys are slacking. Hey, I'm gonna go drinking instead, or go party or go clubbing. But those are golden opportunities that you actually get the chance to to submit, talk to Viz, submit, and now sign up to an opportunity to have your work read by Oda and these
Tabata,
people. I know,
Kubo.
but all these people, it's just an amazing opportunity. How are you guys prepping for that, or how's the progress? Can you guys talk about that?
Yeah. Well, we can't. Yeah, we can talk about the what we're doing for our GodPunch submission, which is we're taking the first 2 chapters because in the guidelines it's up to 55 pages for submission.
Okay, all right.
Which is pretty standard for the one-shot contest that Shonen Jump does.
Yeah.
So we're condensing the first 2 chapters into a one-shot.
Nice.
The only issue that we ran into is because it's Shonen Jump, your one-shot has to be right to left.
Oh,
so I have to flip all of the pages.
Everything.
All the pages. I have to re-add.
I'm sorry.
Well, so for chapter 1, it's not a big deal because we were going to go back and edit the dialogue. If you noticed in some spots in chapter 1, a big, not a big issue, but the main issue I think we had when we dropped chapter 1 was that some of the text was really small.
Yeah.
Some of the text bubbles are not big enough, so we're gonna go back.
I did have some issue with that sometimes. I had to zoom in more than I had to.
Yeah. And it's real text heavy. It was real text heavy.
Yeah. So and that's just trials and tribulations of getting a first chapter out. We've never done that before. I had never finished the first chapter of anything before, so that was a learning process for us. So yeah, we're gonna go back and edit all of the text for that anyway. So it's not really a huge deal. So I can do that and flip the pages at the same time. Chapter 2, the way that I did the panels, they go all the way to the edge of the page. There's no gutters, so it's easier to flip those.
Okay, that's
Because
good.
a lot of the long panels that go all the way across can be read both ways. You just have to flip the text. So that's the process for that. That's what we're doing. We're going to condense chapter 1 and chapter 2 together once I flip all the pages. And we have a secret project that we are working on that we cannot talk about. But that's literally all we can say is that we are working on a secret project in addition to GodPunch for the Shonen Jump.
Is it like another submission to something?
Secrets don't make friends. That's all I'm saying.
Maybe you want to jump any hints
we
here?
could no. We could talk about this after we go off.
I want the exclusive. Y'all want the exclusive? We might be able to give y'all a little bit.
Yeah, we can talk to you a little bit about it.
Yeah. Well, we will say that we have name dropped the series before.
Yeah.
So, but that's all we're gonna say.
Yep. Okay. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Don't look through all my drunken tweets and find.
I was just gonna say, it sounds like I need to look through some tweets.
Let's go looking for Pat drunk Twitter right there.
So I
Ain't no
have a
telling what you gonna
question.
find in there.
I have a question about the 3 realms. So
Okay.
correct me if I'm wrong. So I'm assuming one realm is like the human realm, one is like the demon realm, and like, could you, if I'm right, could you give us like a small hint into what the 3rd realm could be, if I'm right?
So the 3rd realm is spirit world.
That's right.
Yeah,
in the
the
description,
third
too.
the 3rd world is spirit realm, and that is where the headquarters for the Guardians are.
Okay. Cool.
That's where the headquarters, and so they're inhabited by these people called Celestials. And Celestials, they're spiritual beings, but they're like the spirit world version of humans.
Okay.
A little bit more stronger, a little bit more agile, but essentially that's their version of humans. But it's inhabited by all types of creatures. And so I really start to dig into the socioeconomic status, of, I guess, I'm from the South, and I've experienced racism in my life. So I incorporate a bunch of different creatures, and I hate to say it like this, but it's like Celestials are kind of like, those privileged people.
Okay.
And they look down upon other creatures, specifically demons.
Okay.
And so if you see a demon in spirit world, they're being ostracized, they're being, treated with racism, and ain't on some 2020 racism, it's on some 1960s racism,
Yeah. So about the same. Okay.
So I have a 2-part question. Since Yin, we learned from him from his art style and where he learned from. So Pat, for you said that you was inspired by Oda and plus Togashi about your world building, but we never got to learn where did you get your inspiration to have Percy? Like where's Percy from? Is that from your childhood? Is that from your persona? Like, or is he from top of your head? Like, where did he come from?
Percy's my biggest influence for Percy was Yusuke Urameshi.
Okay.
Yes, that's
Nice.
I felt that. So thank you.
My biggest influence for Percy was Yusuke. I essentially, I kind of put I've always wanted to be in an anime. That was my biggest thing. And so if I couldn't get Oda, to put me in One Piece, I'm gonna put myself in GodPunch. And so that's what I did. That's what I did with Percy. So I put a little bit of my persona and how it would react to these certain situations, in Percy. And so, but I use Yusuke to model him, as far as like his attitude and, how he likes to deal with things. But, I didn't want him to be a carbon copy, of course, but Yusuke was kind of like, he was kind of like the base for, what I wanted the character to be, because Yusuke is my favorite, MC of all time.
Yeah, cool.
I have never seen the show, but I do get the reference of the character though.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. This might be the harder questions for me to ask because it might be sensitive for Ray, Miguel, and James over here. What are your thoughts on Black Clover and My Hero Academia Vigilantes? Because it seems like from many
Let's
other
start with one
interviews,
first. The
Answer this very carefully, Pat.
Right? Okay, I told you. Be
Because-
careful. I said be careful.
Because Sam did his research and he helped us out. So
I do a lot
we
of
heard,
research.
yeah, let's be honest, he did the most research, and he tells that you have some critique on Black Clover and Vigilantes. But first, let's go Black Clover. Why? Why?
So I was on Black Clover before the anime adaptation, like even hit period.
Okay.
I started reading the manga, because
Nice.
I had heard about it. What initially turned me off was Asta.
All right.
I could not stand it.
Okay.
And this was in the manga. I couldn't even physically hear his voice. I was like, God, why is he so loud? But I was like, okay, I powered through. I think my biggest issue with Black Clover is that I couldn't take it seriously. When I watch a series, and I try and get into it, I want to feel a sense of danger. If the MC is going through something, if there's a sense of hopelessness, I want to be able to feel that. I want to be able to have that. How are they going to get out of this situation? And so with Black Clover, like, it just never pulled me in. But what I will say is that I'm very critical of magical anime. Very critical. I'm very critical. So I won't dock Black Clover off just because it had a bad taste in my mouth initially. I'm very critical of magical anime, but I did put it on my manga list, and so it's kind of somewhere in the middle. So I am gonna get to the manga. I am gonna give it a chance because I saw some stuff that Tabata's doing about the different types of devils, and I really like that. So my biggest critique with Black Clover in the beginning was that I feel like I've seen this before, but with these different types of devils, I ain't never seen that, and I won't.
So how far did you get?
So
that's the thing.
So in the manga, I dropped it at chapter 3, but I started the anime back up, and I got to episode 27. I was 27 in the anime.
I will say
the reason why I ask is because I started off the same as you, right?
Same. Like I was legitimately and I'm like the exact same way.
I'm like, Asta is the same as many other shonen characters.
I thought Asta was worse than most of the main characters.
And he's just loud and annoying, right? So I stopped watching Black Clover for like a year and a half.
He's just a worse Naruto, right? I thought.
And then I picked it up again, binged it, and now I'm in love. Like what they've been able to do with magic and how they use magic with like the grimoires and everything, the rules of magic. It's really good. So
once they actually get into the magic, but it takes a minute. But once
it takes a while. So I recommend. It's good. I recommend sticking with it.
Yeah, they're just now getting into the hierarchy system.
Yes. I feel like they finally defined the hierarchy of the system, and they're adding enhancements, which I'm like. So to me personally, it's one of the better explained magical systems in anime.
Agreed.
Manga.
For me, the way I saw Black Clover with the first Elf Saga, I felt it was like a prequel. They had to let the world go. They had to let this hatred go. And they finally got into more of the characters in the world building, what it is, and finally learn about the magic, the ruins, stuff like that. We finally are learning now, and about the demons. So I do agree with James already.
By the way, don't let Miguel talk too much because he'll spoil it. He's like, but what do you mean? I didn't even think about it. That's just how he talks. So don't let him talk too much about it because he'll ruin it. But anyway,
I would kind of
explain things well though. He doesn't explain things well.
He doesn't explain things well, but he will absolutely spoil stuff. Be like, oh, I didn't even think about that. So we ain't gonna let you talk too much about Black Clover, but still, Black Clover is fantastic.
I just love how I just got murdered here.
Absolutely give it. Am I telling? Did I lie? No, I did not lie. So no, I give Black Clover a shot, especially when it came to the magic. Is when I really when it actually started to get into the magic and how their powers work and how different types of magic work with each other and against each other. That's when I really got into it. But I can't watch it. I can't watch Black Clover. I have to read it. It is one that I, as an anime, I just wasn't into. But I read it from start to finish and I love it.
The only thing I give props to the anime is that it does great as openings. Great ass openings.
Them openings,
those openings be hitting. Ray doesn't want to give not one attention to the openings of Black Clover. He don't want to give one attention. Come on, Pat. Yeah, come on, tell me.
I got other stuff to do. I'm watching Hunter x Hunter, so leave me alone.
You're sleeping right on Hunter x Hunter current arc, right? You're sleeping on there, right?
I'm not sleeping on it. I'm mad about it. Okay. I don't think I just hit the end
if you want,
of the Chimera Ant arc.
If you
and
want,
oh yeah.
If you want,
I'm mad.
If you want, go spoiler for 2 minutes.
That makes me sad.
I'm gonna
dude.
head to the bathroom. Go
It's
spoiler
not
for 2 minutes.
It's not necessary.
Yeah.
But I'm just sad. I'm sad
not
that
like you.
didn't
I'm not
like
gonna
it.
spoil it.
He already took off his headphones. Let's talk
I'm
about
sad that you
spoilers
didn't
now.
like
Anyway.
it because I love Hunter x Hunter so much,
Listen.
especially the Chimera Ant arc.
It's not that I don't love Hunter. I still love Hunter x Hunter.
I know, just the
But
arc.
Chimera Ant arc did me dirty.
That's one of
Yeah.
my favorite
Did
arcs.
I get it.
Dirty.
No, but
Are
I
you
get
reading-
it though.
Are you gonna read the Succession War in the manga?
Whenever I like, as soon as I'm done, as soon as I'm caught up, which I'm like, I have
I'm
like
caught
what,
up. I'm
maybe
still
10
reading
episodes
it.
until I'm caught up. Like,
Okay.
I'm gonna read it, but I was not happy with the way this Chimera arc went.
It makes me sad, dude.
No, and at the same
I ain't
time, I
happy
get
about
it.
it.
No, I get it. No, I get it because what you just explained, like, yeah, because of what they done, they did people dirty and stuff
They
like
did
that.
us, he did us
Yeah.
dirty, and I was
Okay,
like,
yeah,
oh yeah,
you
she
gotta
wanted
admit
to
it.
tell
Yeah, he kind
a
of did.
cute story and do something different with
But
Shonen.
Dashi
And
really
I
don't
get
care
it.
about nobody's feelings, though. I've noticed that.
Yeah, they don't. He doesn't.
And he don't care about nobody.
He didn't give a damn. He's like, I got a story to tell, and this is what I'm telling. I'm like, okay, I ain't like it though.
and I can respect that. I can
It's like,
respect that.
like I get it. Like I completely get it. I was like, yes, this is different. Like this is not what a normal shonen would do. But I'm like, I ain't like it.
Yo,
Went,
Magnolia
like-
Otaku, thank you so much for that super chat. Appreciate it.
No,
Thank
Taku.
you.
GodPunch is a legend in the making. Great podcast. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. And GodPunch
Thank you.
is a legend in the making. Absolutely.
Humble.
But yeah, Chimera Ant arc, I was like, there were parts of it, like at the beginning of it, I was like, oh, this could be real good. And then we hit about the halfway point, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. And then it ended, and I was like, are you kidding me? That's it? That's the end of it? Like that's how it ends? And I was
But
like,
it's a logical closer point. Not every war ends in this epic thing. You know what I
see,
mean? Like,
well, it wasn't even that it had to be epic. It was just that he went out with a whimper.
Am I good to come back, or should I come back in
but,
another minute?
I mean, that's how some wars are, though. That's real. That's
Yeah,
not-
give it a
that's-
minute.
that
Give it
is
another
not-
minute. You might
that
want
is
to take off your
not-
headphones.
That is not a real war. That is not a real war. I'm not gonna accept that answer. That is not a real war. I was like,
that's their
It was-
version.
if you think
No.
about it, it was more of a slaughter from both sides in a way.
It was definitely a massacre.
It
It
was
was
a
a
massacre.
I wouldn't even say
Yeah.
for both sides that the good people lost 3 people compared to them losing everybody.
They were important people. They were important people, sir.
Yes,
they
very.
were important, yes, but still they took very minimal losses if you really consider it.
Yeah.
So
That's true.
it's like, okay, who really won here?
I mean, they
Alright,
were
but
the
whatever.
they technically were the invaders.
I mean, yes, a lot of humans died. Like that was the
Yeah.
big
A lot is
casualty.
an understatement.
They basically murdered an entire country.
Yeah, it was genocide, yeah.
It was
Well,
like,
and,
that
and
was
especially
bad.
because the Chimera Ants used to be humans. So it's like,
Yeah.
you know how many folks they captured to
Right.
turn into Chimera Ants?
Right. Which I was like, yo, that's wild.
Yeah.
how much they fed to the queen?
Yes.
Oh,
Which-
God.
Yes, exactly.
Yo,
Which
that
like,
was
so,
making
and that's what I'm
meatballs,
saying. Like,
bro. Like-
yeah, meatballs.
I'm like, come on.
that
bro.
part
So
of
gross.
that part of the arc, I was like, yo, this is crazy. And then they
I'm
got
like,
to
bro,
like,
kids watching this shit. So
Yeah,
that's what I'm
right?
doing, bro.
but then they got
and
to
they're training the kids to fight these guys.
Then they got to the emotional part, and I'm like,
Yeah, I can understand that part because people were like mixed.
Nope.
Where like, why are you
I
giving us the
wanted all
romance
of
between
I wanted
Miriam
all
and
of
the
them
blind
to
girl
die
and
in the most brutal way possible because they
That's
deserved
not
it.
how real life works.
It
Yes,
doesn't.
it is.
And I
This
just
is real life. People die all the time. People die in way worse ways. Let me tell you, ain't meatball way, but people die in way
Oh,
worse
wow.
ways.
Oh,
They
man.
deserve to die in the worst way possible. Radiation poisoning.
Hey! Tell that to Hiroshima. The people from
We
Hiroshima.
ain't gonna get into that, but still,
yeah.
It's still bad. It's
you
still
had the
just as bad.
strongest being in the world. Okay.
I feel like
I'm
that
sorry.
was it was an underhanded tactic in a way for the
I'm
win.
done.
But
I'm done. I love that was how that's how they had to win because they couldn't physically beat him.
Of
but
course,
still,
yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I
But
think
still.
they would have beat him if Yuppie and Poop didn't come and revive him.
Right. I agree. He took the L. Had they not actually
Yeah, had they not
Yeah,
come to
he
get
was
him there.
gone.
had
Yeah.
everybody else done their job,
Right, yeah.
they had took the L, like for real. So
wait, so like,
I mean, I'm not saying it's the worst thing in the world. It's just I was disappointed in the ending. Like I still had a great time. I still had a great time.
Wait, so how was your moment feeling when Gon went in rage mode then?
I didn't think he got enough, but I was very happy that it happened. I was very happy that it happened, but I was like, no, he deserves to be mad as hell. And I was
he
like,
deserved to be mad as hell.
Dude,
I was like,
you know what he set out to do. He fucked her up, bro.
I wanted him to fuck all them up. That's what I wanted.
He fucked her up.
I wanted him to fuck all them up.
Her face was mush. There was nothing left.
I was very happy about that. I loved it. I was like, yes. I was like, beat
My
her
man
ass.
uses ripped
I
up
was like, beat her ass. Like, she deserved it. But then I was like, hey, go whoop everybody else's ass. He was like, no, I'm tired. I'm like, okay, go. I get it. Take a nap. You fine. But no, so like I'm not gonna lie, I still love Hunter x Hunter. Hunter x Hunter's been a fantastic journey. Like it's been such a ride. But I was like the end of it, I was like, all right, okay. But no, I'm having a great time. Like
the manga's gonna break your heart.
Yeah,
the manga's gonna break your heart.
No, don't do that.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
All right.
Well, I mean, the waiting hurts you much more though. Waiting for new chapters hurt you more.
You know what? I'm gonna catch up to like the last 10. I ain't gonna read the last 10 because that's how I'm gonna be.
You know what? I do that, so I get it.
All right, Miguel, you
can come back now.
I'm done. I'm not gonna talk no more about it.
Hi, so,
welcome back.
I'm pretty sure we haven't talked about this yet, but why GodPunch?
Yes, the name.
GodPunch.
Yeah. Why GodPunch?
And Propel got super chat. I didn't even know.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about it, but thank you, Otaku. We appreciate you still.
Thank you.
So, the name GodPunch. When I came up with the series before I came up with the name. That was one of the hardest things that I had trouble developing. The name GodPunch and Percy's name were the two things that I struggled with the most because one, this is going to be the brand, and two, this is going to be the face of the brand. So it's got to be perfect to me. Yep. With the name GodPunch, I wanted something catchy, and I wanted something that rolls off the tongue, and I wanted something that sounds really good. I actually has anybody y'all seen Yu Yu Hakusho? I know some of y'all haven't.
Yes.
So one of Yusuke's moves that he used, during the Dark Tournament that he didn't really explore later on in the series was shotgun.
Right.
And so I fell in love with the way he said shotgun. And so I was like, shotgun, GodPunch. Oh shit, that's perfect. That's the one. That's the one, right? That's the one.
That's what's up.
And so I asked a couple of my friends, I was like, how do y'all feel about this name, GodPunch? And so one of my homegirls was like, I'm just walking around the air punching shit, yelling GodPunch. Like, stick with that, Pat. I'm like, all right. We're going to let that ride. And so when I initially, dropped the name and, we started going viral and stuff, a lot of people ask me, is it like One Punch Man? I'm like, no, I actually had the idea for GodPunch like back in 2015. I actually have a name for it. So for anybody that's listening, it has nothing to do with One Punch Man. I didn't get the name from it. I had the name GodPunch before I had even heard of the series One Punch Man.
Is Percy gonna have an attack called GodPunch?
That's what I wanted to ask. Yes.
Yeah.
Don't no, you didn't have to tell me.
I was actually saying, don't tell me. I don't want to know. I just want to see it happen.
Okay, all right. Okay, I got you. Okay. Yo,
he already said yes, so it does. But are we gonna
it just
see
popped in my head. I'm like,
are we gonna see it anytime soon, or is it more like after chapter 10 and on?
No, we don't need to know all that. That's real.
I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
Question. I can't.
Okay. We'll talk about it offline, or you can hit me in the DMs. We'll talk about it.
I guess you'll need my spoiler questions. Yeah.
So before we
bring back spoilers,
before we bring back the other question that we have for vigilantes later,
yeah.
I want to ask Pat, how do you write your story through each chapter by chapter, or do you write through arcs? Like usually people would have it by arcs, have a story all together of how this section would work, and then cut it to pieces for chapters. Or do you write your story like chapter by chapter, like on the fly, on the go?
No, I do it by arcs, and then I break it down with each chapter. So
Nice.
Altogether, I have 21 arcs.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, we got 21 arcs. I'm currently on the second arc right now. I'm getting ready to wrap that up in the next, I think 5 to 6 chapters.
Cool.
And then we're gonna go to the third one.
And how long is each chapter? Because when you read a webtoon, you can't really tell because it goes by going down. So how long is each chapter?
I want to say we probably average around maybe 21, 22 pages, somewhere around there.
Like a standard manga chapter in a way.
Standard.
Yeah. Like some of them might be a little bit longer when I'm trying to do a whole lot, but for the most part, it's about 21, 22 pages.
So, do you have, since you said that you already have 21 arcs, right, of the whole
No, I got
GodPunch?
30. Yeah, I got 21 arcs. Yeah.
All right.
So do you have a long game? Like, you know how Oda has said that he's gonna end One Piece in 5 years. One Piece again in 5 years. So he believes he's gonna end it soon. Do you have a end goal of how many chapters do you think you're gonna end with GodPunch? Like, do you have already end goal, or you're just taking it right now step by step and you don't see end goal yet? You just have it written but not chapters written, right? Like, is that how you see it?
So at first, I didn't, but when I met with one of the editors in Biz Media, she told me, this is one of the things that we're going to need from you. We're going to need to know how long you want it to be. And so after I got back home from the New York trip, I think I decided on about 72 volumes with about 9 chapters per volume. So I cheated in algebra. I don't know that number out the back of my head, but that's what we gonna go with.
We got cell phones for that now. It's fine. I understand.
Pocket calculators. Like,
Yeah, you said to your teacher,
nice.
You're not gonna always have a calculator. Now what?
So 72 volumes. That's a good amount. And do you have an idea already? Like, how is it gonna go with like cover volumes? Like, have you worked that with Yen yet, or is that just step by step as well?
So with the cover volumes, I just kind of go step by step. I go chapter by chapter. So one thing I started to do, like I said earlier, I'm kind of telling a story, as far as the side characters go, and I'll give it to him, and he make the magic happen.
Okay.
Cool.
All right, now explain vigilantes.
Yeah, because
so vigilantes is actually on my to read list. I haven't started vigilantes yet.
Okay, that's fine.
That was easy.
That was easy. You right. But so look, I just want you to know. So don't go into it like expecting like My Hero stuff. Like go into it expecting a story in the My Hero world.
Okay.
Because I will say that I love what this story turns into. And the characters that they build, like these characters grow over time. Like it's actually growth.
If you've ever read Heroes for Hire or Defenders, like that's what Vigilantes is to me.
Right. But like they don't start out as like even like heroes. They start as like trying to figure out what a vigilante is.
And that's why it says Heroes for Hire, because like Luke Cage and Iron Fist didn't see themselves as heroes.
Exactly.
Right?
And it's kind of the same thing. Like, see it as for One Piece. You see One Piece, but then Vigilantes is like you see the story of Ace, what happened with the current volume coming out. So that's what Vigilantes is. You see the story about the Whitebeard parts. They don't see themselves as the as the Whitebeard parents, but they see themselves as a family. Like that's what Vigilantes is kind of is. And
I don't know what that means.
Well, hopefully you see that soon. Hopefully you see that by the end of 2020. Hopefully.
With the characters in Vigilante, because we know that in the regular series, All Might is like seen as Superman in Japan, and there's stuff.
I mean, he's seen as I feel like he in Vigilante, he's seen as like more than Superman. Like he really is. Like he is the
God.
This is like crime. All Might full stop. Like All Might shows up, it's a wrap. Like that's it. Yeah. So it's like okay, I get that.
There is a character in Vigilantes who has no quirks, but he still fights crime as a vigilante.
Oh yes.
So think of Batman in a way with that.
Okay.
And,
I don't know, man. It's like this dude colder than Batman sometimes.
Cold.
He sometimes he's colder than Batman. He's like
about saying
he's like, oh, you breaking the law, I'm gonna beat your ass. That's what it turns into.
That's all he tell you.
Or maybe like Batman and Rorschach together.
Okay, I would get that. All right, that's a good example.
I'll give it that. But no, Vigilantes is great. I love Vigilantes. Like it was one of those things where I just wanted more of My Hero because I love My Hero.
Yeah.
But in some respects, I almost kind of like this a little bit more than the main My Hero story because it's so focused. If that makes sense, it's focused on a cast of characters. And you get to know these characters, and that's it, and how they respond to what's happening in the world. Like I love that.
I'm definitely gonna read it.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good.
So with what Sam brought up about Batman, Rorschach, like Yin, Pat, do you guys have time to read Western comics? Actually, watch TV shows as well on your spare time, comic book movies. Like, do you guys have
Or
spare
CW
time?
shows.
Yeah, like, do you guys have spare time to watch anything that's not doing your own work, doing GodPunch and reading mangas?
Yeah, I know for me, I'm a big superhero fan. I just watched the new Justice League Dark movie.
I need to watch that.
Yeah,
Yo,
Does make for me
Apocalypse
right.
War is a trip,
Apocalypse
dude.
War. Yeah, I just watched that. But yeah, man, I do. I want to say last year or year before last, I read the Blackest Night.
Oh, that's
I
a
think
nice
that's what
one.
it was. The Green. Yeah,
Mhm,
that was
mhm.
probably my favorite
That's
Green
on my
Lantern.
that's on my shelf right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good
I
run.
enjoyed the Blackest Night. I also read when Infinity War was getting ready to drop. I read the entire Infinity Saga,
Mhm.
starting from I think it was the 1990 version, 92. I
Yeah.
can't remember. Yeah, I
Yeah.
started from there, and then I went through that one. Then I went to the 2000s Infinity Saga. Then I went to the Secret Wars. So yeah, I'm big on comics. I love them to death. I got one of my friends who's a big GodPunch supporter. She just sent me a Black Panther book, and it's just filled with this whole storyline, and so I gotta sit down and read that.
The
Yeah. So
Ta-Nehisi
so what
Coates
are
run
some of your
is-
favorite comic book characters?
Yeah, just overall.
So all my friends slander him, but I love Batman. I love
Wait,
him.
they slander him?
Who's
all my
slander him?
friends slander. All my friends slander Batman.
Batman's the GOAT.
I,
There you go.
I
He's not the
slander
GOAT.
I know.
Listen,
I
Batman
did.
is the
Yeah,
GOAT.
I slander Batman fanboys, but I love
Yeah.
Batman.
I
Yeah.
love the Batman family. My favorite is Nightwing. He's my favorite.
Okay.
Nightwing.
I got a Nightwing Funko Pop.
Yo, I like
Yeah.
you more for that.
I love
like that.
Batman, but his fans, I can't stand them.
But-
I can't stand
Yo,
I love Nightwing. Nightwing's my
some-
favorite. He's the MVP because he's the Batman that's meant to be Batman for me. Like he's the one that's supposed to pick up the cow after him. As much as his son Damien's
Yeah.
right, but Nightwing is the one that's supposed to, like, the way he's raised. He's gone through more. He saw Red
Yeah.
Hood. He
Yeah,
saw
Damien
Dick
is an-
just in
Dick
time.
Damien
is
is
the
a-
vision. of
Damien is an
Batman that
illegitimate
transforms.
child, but whatever, it's fine.
Yeah. I love Batman. I love Flash, Wonder Woman as well.
Hey,
I see people are finally starting to put respect on Aquaman, and that's what I love to see.
I mean, DC finally started putting respect on Aquaman.
Yeah,
so-
I mean, yo,
So, fair
New 52
enough.
Aquaman is the
New
shit.
52 Aquaman is
New 52
bloody.
Aquaman is great.
Bro, the cinematography for the movie was beautiful, man.
It was.
But
they
the
did
movie was
some
amazing.
Like
The
the stuff
movie,
they
I
did with
loved
special effects was fantastic.
Yeah, that was
The
that was
director
wonderful.
did an amazing job. I can't remember his name right now, top of my head.
James
but
Wan.
Thank you,
is
James
one of
Wan.
the- James Wan.
Thank
He's
you.
one of the best directors working today.
He did an
Yeah.
amazing job with the movie. The
Made me fall in love with
cinematography.
Fast and Furious all over again. Yeah.
I want to see a whole movie under the sea with the other species, the ones that don't have a body. They're ugly. I forgot the names.
Oh, the deep or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
I
trench.
mean, it's
Yeah, the
coming.
trench. Yeah, the trench.
Yeah, the trench, yeah.
Coming.
He did an amazing job with that. Like he actually made them look creepy, just like in the comics. Like he knew how to get it to them, cause like
Yeah.
it was creepy in the comics drawn. He got it right there in the movie, just like the same. So it was beautiful to see that.
Yeah. Yin, what about you?
Favorite comic book characters. I'm a big Green Lantern fan.
All right, all right.
Which
Yeah.
one, though?
Which one? I was about to say that.
John Stewart.
I'm about to say, as
Nice.
long as you,
There we
don't,
go.
The
as
one I
long
grew
as
up
you-
with. It's the
I'm
one I
about to
grew
say,
up
as
with.
long as you don't say guy, any answer was acceptable.
Right?
Yeah, everybody, nobody,
Other than
nobody
Guy
likes Guy
Gardner.
Gardner. Let's
Nobody
be
likes
honest.
guy. And if you do, I'm real suspect of you. I'm probably gonna call the cops on you. So it's all right.
And
And
which of the Green Lantern runs is your favorite? Like, do you have a run or is it more
I
from the cartoons?
honestly, it's mostly cartoons. I didn't
Okay.
really.
Which is they were great.
Yeah,
So
they
they
were
told
great
yeah,
too.
fantastic
yeah. I
stories.
loved the original like Justice League cartoons
Mhm,
and stuff.
If
and,
you if you ever want to
yeah.
read from the comics, I suggest to read some of the New 52 because they were great.
Mhm, yeah.
The
I
Green
mean,
Lantern.
anything that John's touched with Green Lantern, I
Yep.
would also read.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, for real.
Yeah.
Yo, the Rebirth stuff is really good.
yeah.
too.
Also
most of
true.
Rebirth
Also
is
I've
true.
heard
good
that.
too.
Yeah.
Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern from Rebirth, all the issues great. You see a lot of the White Lantern, the Blue Lantern.
Talk about a character who I would love to have like be given to like an anime studio. Green Lantern would be such a lit anime.
Because that's
actually.
They're the space police. You could
that
do
would be,
so much with that.
That would be so good.
The possibilities are endless with that.
Yeah,
for real. That could be so fantastic.
My favorite Green Lantern Corps is the white ones because they're the most strongest.
Of course.
Bro, when the white ones pulled up in the Blackest Night, I was like, oh,
yo!
I was like, wait a minute. Yeah, y'all gonna have me rereading that.
I mean, it was one of those things. It's like I should have just known that there was gonna be like a White Lantern Corps, but it still was like, oh, okay, this is a real thing.
Oh, they here now,
right?
And they came in like they were gods because they came in like
basically, they basically are like for real. Like think about it. Like to the Lanterns, they are like they are the top of the spectrum. So
yeah.
That's one of my favorite. But yeah, it's just Green Lanterns.
Green Lantern,
Spider-Man, anything from Marvel, Dark Horse, anything like that too.
Honestly, it's hard to pick like favorites because I grew up with a lot of the characters and just reading a bunch of different comics. So I think my dad was a big Iron Man fan. So I definitely
respect to Pops. All right,
and I have. He gave me some of his original 1980s Iron Man comic books.
Okay.
I still have them in the little like plastic sleeves.
Yeah, you better keep them in there too.
So they're so I got some of those. That was like my real introduction into Iron Man before the movie came out.
Dang. Back when Iron Man was a C-level character.
Yes, exactly.
People get mad at me all the time when I tell them like Iron Man used to be whack. I'm not
about Iron Man.
People used to get so mad at me, and I'm like, no, but for real, like if you read comics, they didn't like Marvel didn't really care about Iron Man.
No, it's true. It sucks to hear that because
that's really what it is. Marvel didn't really care about Iron Man.
Because it sucks to hear that because I was a big fan of Iron Man when I was a kid, actually reading the comics because to see him in the suit, the guy with the goatee and everything like that. And,
think about like Iron Man as an idea is super freaking cool.
Yeah.
But like they didn't really have too many good ideas for him, and
I didn't like Iron Man until the '90s animated series because I read comics.
Okay, I like the series.
So I would say one of the first, one of the first Iron Man comics that I read, coincidentally, was Demon in a Bottle, which was like for me as a kid.
Oh yeah.
And for me as a kid, was like, yo, what? Like this, like that's crazy. And so like I really respected that character because I was like, that's kind of real, because we all had that uncle, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, whoa, what? Okay. But yeah, then that cartoon happened. I was like, yo, Iron Man is lit. Yeah. And then I remember everybody was like, Iron Man is like the best hero ever after the movie came out. I'm like, y'all didn't care about Iron Man until this movie happened.
Right? For me, the one I read in the issue of Marvel Comics was, I think, 1995 when it was released. It was the one with the Mandarin.
It's
kind of it's kind of like the big issue run, and that's what it kind of made me fall in love with it. And then when I saw the cartoons from the 90s, when they had the Mandarin there again, I'm like, oh, I know who that is. That goes to 10 minutes and everything. So that was just great to see that me as a kid, growing up watching the cartoon,
and then Kevin Feige said, "No, not in my house."
So it was just great to see that come to life. So I'm glad to hear like some Iron Man love and everything. But Pat, do you have any of your favorite Marvel characters as well? Because you said DC characters. Any Marvel ones as well?
Spider-Man.
Yes, sir.
I love me some Spider-Man. Jesus, I used to have dreams that I was Spider-Man.
I mean, okay, which Spider-Man now? We're gonna have to ask Ash which one.
Oh, I fell in love with Peter and Miles.
I'm about to say, like, when we were kids, all we had was Peter, and then we
all we had was Peter, and I pre-ordered the game for the PS4 when they came out, man.
Same.
I fell in love with it, and I love how they introduced Miles. And
I love that Miles wasn't just a carbon copy of Peter. Like, he has his own spider abilities.
Yeah. Yeah, he's his own person.
Yeah.
Man, I remember.
That's what's up.
I used to go to Splash Kingdom.
I want to show y'all something. Hold up.
Is that signed?
Yeah, he's signed by Stan Lee.
I got a picture of, not a picture, but like some artist rendering of Stan Lee that is signed by Stan Lee. I got it at Comics back in 2014.
Nice.
So
I got that signed by Stan Lee in his last New York Comic Con before he left.
God rest his soul.
Yeah, and stuff like that. So that was the last con, and I was the last person he met for that thing to be signed.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to get 2 comics signed, and
I figured this will be very fitting for this show specifically. This is something I want to put on my wall but I don't know if y'all can see this.
Black Panther is that?
This
Yes,
is
I
all.
can
This
see
is this is all of our Black heroes.
That's
Wow.
what's up.
Icon,
Nice.
Spectrum,
Oh
Vixen,
shit! Wow.
Rocket, War Machine, Falcon. Like
Storm.
this
I
has
see
got so many.
Cyborg.
Man,
Yeah.
I've been looking for the perfect frame for this because like I bought this because I needed it. I was like, it's got Static, everybody on
That's
it. I was like,
beautiful.
Misty, Miles. I was like, I love this, and I really want to like make sure it's in a real nice frame. So
Yeah.
it's so good, and I can't wait to have one with a bunch of our Black manga characters on it one day. God,
Yes.
Yep.
Yep. One day.
One day.
One day.
Bro, that's one thing I've noticed. Since we kind of started this journey, you know, and just releasing GodPunch, I've been meeting more and more Black manga creators who, you know, trying to get it out the mud like us. Now I call it the Great Pirate Age of mangaka.
For real.
know?
Yep.
That's what I call it.
It is. I
So,
truly agree with that because without you guys, I have gotten to know more creators on Twitter and gotten to actually network more of them. And like actually, they have come and ask, hey, can we come to your show? I'm like, yeah, more people come to talk to like you guys.
Mhm.
It's a privilege and to have it like it's really a big honor to talk to you guys, to know behind the scenes, your progress, you know your fans, know what you guys like.
So I know every story usually have a message to send to their readers and stuff. Pat, what is the message that you would like to send to all your readers that reads GodPunch?
Throughout the story, people will realize the importance of family.
I got that in the first few pages, man.
I was just
First
gonna
few
say, yeah.
pages.
The first few pages.
Family is important, man. Little background about me. When I was coming up, I used to get picked on a lot. I didn't have many friends. My mom, she could tell you stories. I used to sit outside and like play with rocks and shit. I didn't have any friends. And so that's really where my imagination, you know, started to grow. Because, you know, if I didn't have people to talk to in real life, you know, and I was watching, you know, so many anime and superhero shows, I just kind of, I just kind of started doing a bunch of fan fiction. And so the cool thing was I was doing all the fan fiction in my head. And so I would go back and forth between different shows. After a while, you know, I started to, you know, grow into the man that I am today. I started to learn myself, you know, I started to understand who I was. And I started to make genuine friends and genuine connections. And now I look at these people like family, you know? And so that was the message that I want to put in GodPunch, that, you know, whether you know, no matter how you started off alone, no matter, you know, how you ended up alone, you know, you don't have to be. You know, family is important. And so that's the one message that, you know, I wanna push through a GodPunch. And as head ass as it sounds, you know, no man should be alone.
No, that's that is real.
Yeah,
I agree with that. Like 100,000%.
Yeah, and like Ray said, you get that from the first couple pages.
Same here.
You
I
get
totally
that
agree.
instantly. I feel that.
So I have a question that Sam also told me that you guys said in one of the podcasts when you was being guest on. Pat, you said that you see yourself as Zoro and you see Yin as your Mihawk. So I'm really curious about that because that's an interesting comparison since I see myself as Monkey D. Luffy and Sam is my Zoro. Like he's my right hand man, he's my second in command. Like I see that. But then your comparison is so different. Like I never heard of Zoro and Mihawk. Like that's more of kind of like a mentor and kind of like mentee, like the way he sees himself as a goal. So what's your story behind that?
So I always mess with a Yende, and I always call him the GOAT. You know what I'm saying? And we had a joke yesterday, and I was like, man, you don't move past the GOAT, bro. You like a ram or some shit now. Like you don't ascend. You like GOAT ascended, you know?
Ultra Instinct.
Yeah, Ultra Instinct GOAT. You know, Ultra
just
Instinct,
long as it's not Ultra Instinct sign, you good.
Yeah. I look at a Yende in such a high regard because I want to make sure that the content that I write for him to illustrate can live up to his skill as an artist. You know, I want to make sure that, you know, when I give some shit, he like, oh, all right, well, you know, nah, this is kind of simple for me to draw. Like, I want to be like, damn, Pat, you did it again. Like, all right, I got to figure
damn
this shit
shopping
out.
cart.
That damn shopping cart, you know? That damn shopping cart. So it's not looking at him as like, you know, I want to surpass him or anything. It's I want to make sure that I live up to the caliber of creator that he is and the skill that he has. You know.
Okay.
That's
That's
what's up.
interesting.
I feel that. I love that. So wait, hold up, Miguel. Who am I and who is James?
Oh boy, here we go.
No, I want to know. Tell me right now. I'm putting you on the spot. Oh yeah, you drink that. Yeah. Drink your iced wine.
Babe, just say you passed me the wine. Perfect timing. I'll tell you later, but you passed the perfect timing for the wine.
No. I'm gonna wait. Who are we?
Oh boy.
Because if you call me Usopp, I'm gonna knock your big ass out. Okay. I thought so. All right, I'll let you think. I'll let you think on that. That's
Miguel,
fine.
you know you could plead the fifth. That's
You
a thing
could.
that you
That's
could
what
do.
kind of.
But I'll always remember that.
Oh
It's fine.
shit! George said James is Chopper, Ray is Usopp.
All right,
I have no idea who that is.
can we ban George? I'm gonna ban George.
Well-
George, I love you, but you bye.
Wow, Pat, you understand that reference, so
Yeah.
you know.
No, I understand that
I
reference.
have no idea.
okay.
who
You
Chopper
remember
is.
Chopper yet?
No, Usopp is now God Usopp.
Yeah,
Like,
he's
that's
got
what they
Usopp
call
in
him.
post time skip. He's
Okay.
got Usopp. Is
Yeah.
what it's called.
I'll take that.
Just know they call you Usopp Sama now.
Okay, I'll take that. That's
Yeah.
fine. All right.
So you see, Pat is gonna decide for me. So Pat, who should Ray and James be? You know, I'm gonna give it to you, Pat. Who should Ray and James be? Since same as my Zoro, who should they be?
Hmm.
How you gonna
Maybe
put him on the
Ray.
spotlight?
You gonna
Right.
put him on the spot. Mhm.
We make Ray. We make him Sanji.
Ray Sanji, okay?
I mean,
Damn, I don't want to get his part away though, because we just had a new addition to the Straw Hat crew, and they haven't gotten that far. But you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Jinbei.
Jimbe.
Yep.
I mean, it's okay. You can say names because I have no idea what these
Yeah,
names
I have
mean.
no idea.
Trust me, it's pointless because trust me, it's pointless to say it now because by the time they check up to 500, 600 chapters later, they're gonna be like, oh, so this is what they meant. They're not gonna remember this.
So Yin, are you a straw hat?
I am a straw hat.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. I'll get there.
So
Yeah,
who's Jinbei, Pat? So who's Jinbei, Pat?
I think it was James Jimbe.
All right, so James is Jinbei.
Yeah.
I would agree to that.
Okay.
And Ray being Sanji, I would agree to that.
Now I need to find out who this is.
I mean, I guess you're gonna have to read for a while.
Bro,
I will.
Oh yes,
just know you a badass, bro.
Oh,
You're
yeah,
badass,
both of
though.
them.
You were real badass.
Just know that these characters are the top 5 characters out of One Piece if you don't really count the side characters, but those characters are literally the.
Wait, hold up. George says, "Wait, Ray might be Frankie," and I don't know what that means, and now I'm mad.
Engineer.
So
He's like the
Frank-
shipwright
with-
of the crew.
So Frankie is not an insult, bro. Like
Frankie's a
Frankie,
good, yeah. He's dope.
yeah, Frankie's a good character.
My man
and-
becomes a super
No
robot.
lie, if I had to be honest, my second option after Sanji, because I was gonna give Ray Sanji, was gonna be Frankie,
Okay.
because he fits with it, because Ray is very talented with the engineer aspect. He gives it, so I'm like, okay, maybe I'll give that to Ray for that aspect for Frankie, because he got the skills and everything.
I should have looked it up.
Look at it like this.
I should have looked it up. Why Frankie walk around with his ass hanging out?
Alright. So let's look at it like this.
He walk around with his ass hanging out. I killed Sam. Oh no. Okay, good to know.
Yeah.
He's should be happy we didn't give you Brooke, because Brooke is worse. That's like,
Yeah. Hey, bro,
Fine.
pervert, bro. But I love.
oh no,
Mr. Brooke.
Brooke. This is not a spoiler, but I'll just give you this. There's a character in the Straw Hat crew that's named Brooke, and he be asking for the ladies, saying, "May I see your panties?"
I'd probably be Brooke.
You know what?
No, actually,
Yeah,
you know what?
You would be Brooke. You would be Brooke.
No disrespect for Pat.
Yo, so you know what's funny? Jinbei has the same birthday as I do.
Wow,
That's
what a
perfect.
perfect fit.
I'm
What a
looking it up on
perfect fit.
fandom right now. April 2nd. That's nuts.
Okay,
That's
that
dope.
is.
There you go.
Damn.
But I'll take it.
Damn,
Oh,
Pat,
my
you got
God.
you know how to get some. You know how to pick
Alright.
him. You know how to pick him.
That's perfect, because
Oh,
he
God.
for James, it was gonna be Jinbei, or it's gonna be as much as it is, I thought I was gonna give it Brooke. It was either Jinbei or Brooke for James. But it works because his birthday right there, so it's perfect for Pat right there. Pat did the job for me.
So I wanna add also a manga question. I know you guys are a fan of Naruto, but do you also read Boruto the manga as well?
Or do you even care for it?
I was at work going crazy behind this Boruto chapter.
Okay, thank you.
Oh,
yes.
thank
Oh,
you.
you
yes.
read to this chapter?
Okay.
So
I
good.
was at work losing my mind.
Oh,
I
so
love
good.
me some Boruto manga.
The
I love it.
manga is so good.
It's been 10 out of 10 for every chapter, like this entire arc.
Yes.
It's been
10 out of 10
I love
easily.
it. Like, I love it. Like anime, get it out of my face.
Yeah, anime.
The
Yeah,
manga,
anime kick.
the manga's so good. It's so good.
Yeah,
Like, and I
it's
tell
one of the
people all
better
time,
new gen series though.
It
The
really
manga's one of the
is.
better new gen series. Yeah.
It really is. As a manga goes, it's been
Yeah.
hitting. And I'm like, I get that the manga wants to make, the anime wants to make money. I get that. That's what that is.
Yeah.
But like, if you want the really good like story, read the manga. I've been every time somebody's like, "Well, I like Naruto," I'm like, "Yeah, well, read the Boruto manga." Like,
Yeah,
because
don't
you
like
like
the
that.
anime. Read the manga. Man.
Yeah, for real.
I'll catch up. I'll get there.
You would like
Great.
James. You're really gonna enjoy it when you get there. Like for real.
Well, before you read Boruto, good thing is, guys, James hasn't finished the actual series of Naruto, so he needs to first.
Oh, that's right. I
Yeah,
forgot.
I'm not done.
Oh,
with
that's
the
right.
anime
I
yet.
forgot.
Yeah, no,
Right.
that's why I said,
okay.
like, hey guys, don't forget, James had to finish the
Okay,
original series,
okay.
I feel like I did that like a decade
Yo,
ago.
It's only 200 episodes, including
including the filler.
Yeah, that's right.
including the
It's,
filler,
it's
so
no, it's
I'll
no
be
One
alright.
Piece. It's no One Piece, so you're fine.
Yeah, I'll be all right.
All right. I wanna one more question, and then we could go straight into our news. What
I
advice
mean, we only
would
got
you
one thing to talk about news wise, if you ask me.
Yes.
So it's fine.
We got a couple
Agree.
stuff. We got a couple stuff. But what advice would you give for future writers, illustrators, writers, everybody designs advice would you give them to try to accomplish
You
becoming?
want to go first on that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess try not to compare yourself to a bunch of folks, man. Like
Very good. Yeah.
you will be hating your own stuff so much if you just constantly compare your work to other people. Honestly, it's everybody's artwork is different. And I had to learn that myself as an illustrator, just to not rely so much on my influences and just try to build something that is uniquely my own stuff, my own style. So yeah, I would just say try not to compare yourself too much. If you are doing comparisons, try not to do so much as a comparison as a like, what can I take away from this person's like work to make my own stuff better, more like self-improvement, not so much like, oh, my stuff sucks, this guy's stuff is better type thing, you know what I'm saying? So just focus on your own work, focus on your own progression, and you'll get to where you want to be. Just and never be, I guess this can be both a good and a bad thing, but never be satisfied with where you're at in your work. Like it's good to appreciate where you're at, like appreciate your progression, how far you've come from when you first started, but don't get complacent. Keep working towards becoming better, because you will just see so much more improvement if you have that mindset. So
I feel like you could apply that to everything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that really
honestly,
resonates.
Yeah.
Great advice. Great advice.
Pat, your advice?
For me, for one, I agree with everything that Ian said. I guess my bit of advice would be more so on the business side of being a creative. Man, protect your content. Do what you got to do. Do what you got to do to protect your brand, man. It breaks my heart to see people put their heart and soul into creations, and then somebody lazy comes along and they take it and they do what they want with it just because you're not protected legally, man. So do what you got to do to protect your vision, protect your brand, protect your content, man. Don't let nobody out here steal your dreams from you.
Damn,
Very good.
that is the truth.
That's very
Especially on the internet in 2020.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Cool question about that. How about you protecting your brand? Like, you don't have to answer this, but did you patent GodPunch, trademark?
I was about to say I want to take that conversation offline because I can learn from you.
Okay, yeah. So,
Absolutely.
So I will ask that question offline then. Cool.
Okay, yeah.
All right, cool. Let's go into our news. The first Jujutsu Kaisen anime trailer just released, and
This is all that matters.
October 2020 on
Yes.
Netflix.
So,
Yes, sir.
Pat and Yin, how did you guys feel about that to see the series? You know, get the hype that it is.
Shoot, I got my Jujutsu Kaisen book right here.
Hey,
You got a Jujutsu Kaisen? Where did you get that?
Where you get that from?
I bought this like hey, look, there we go.
Anime NYC.
Hey, look at that.
I actually don't remember when I got this. I think it was I think me and Pat go to Barnes and Noble and I bought this, or maybe I went by myself one time.
Yeah, I think you went by yourself and got
Yeah.
that.
He said that you left me home.
Well, because
He left me, he ain't tell me.
every time me and Pat go to Barnes and Noble, we do the, you know, you buy 2 manga and I think you get a third free or something like that.
Yeah.
So and that's actually funny story. That's actually
Doing
how
this right now.
that's the first time me and Pat met in person when he moved to Houston. We went to Barnes and Noble.
That's what's up.
At a Barnes and Noble. So
I love it.
That's what's up.
I love it.
Yeah, we met. So we met at Barnes and Noble, and you know, we got some manga together, and then we went to this ramen spot, and so that was kind of where we sealed.
That's
our
a perfect
friendship.
bro date.
Yeah. So now, you know, every time we have a big accomplishment, we always celebrate over ramen.
I love that. God, I need better friends.
What's funny, Pat and Yin, the way you guys met is the way kind of me and Sam met. We met not through Twitter, but through Facebook. And the way we met is that we went to a movie theater to watch a movie for the first time. And then we went out for drinking and we ate some ramen. So it's funny how it's literally almost the same thing where me and Sam literally kind of almost met the same way.
Well, I mean, we didn't have ramen, but we had like nachos.
You know, we had
drinking
some
a lot.
We had some.
Of course, you had nachos. Sorry.
We had some type of Korean food. Like we had Korean food, and we got nachos before that. So we have both, and we had some. We had like 10 shots or 7 shots.
We bought pitchers.
Yeah,
we bought pitchers.
yeah. Me and Sam could drink. Let's just say that me and Sam could drink.
We'll talk about my drinking experience on.
Pat,
we seen your Twitter.
We know. And I love you for it.
I've seen your tweets after dark. Your tweets at 10, 11, I be questioning.
What do you mean after dark?
Nah,
the sun be up.
It's 6 o'clock in the afternoon, early in the evening.
Yo, I'm just happy I restrained myself from talking on Twitter, because if not, my girl would have kicked my ass if I talked to her.
You know what? Like, Pat gives me confidence. That's all that matters. Like, Pat, I'm like, you know what? Pat could do. You know what? I can say this. Yeah.
I'm like,
that sounds like in case someone calls me on it. Oh no, I learned it from someone else in this Twitter account.
You know,
my wife would be like, you tweeted what? Yep, and I'll be like, but my boy Pat was. She's like, who's Pat?
He's a mangaka. Like, he's a black mangaka. Like, I don't care. You don't speak in this house like that.
He's a drunken mangaka.
It's just on the internet. It's like, my wife knows that I like, you know, to make the money that we make on the internet. It's like I have to be a thirst trap. It's like, sweetheart, you understand this.
My girl understands too.
And Ray is the best male entertainer on the internet.
You're right.
Ray has Ray has strip on Twitch too.
What?
Right, Pat? Right? You see it? Tell me now.
No, I have not.
Don't lie.
Monka TLS. No. That's only on the OnlyFans page.
Yo, Sam got me laughing this past Sunday that he actually put his ass on a thumbnail.
This video.
Booty incoming. That's the manga panel.
So Yin, Pat, you guys read the My Hero manga as well, right?
Pat does, yeah.
Okay. So with the most recent chapter with, you know, Mountain Lady, you know, ass cheek falling there, you know. So Sam said, you know what the best thing for thumbnail post should be?
Oh, but you're gonna laugh.
He said ass cheek out. I was like, I never expected Sam to go like me, because I'm the one be doing weird poses, you know, for thumbnails.
I'll be honest, it's been a long quarantine. It's been a very long quarantine.
So Sam said, you know, yo, you're gonna laugh. I'm like, what is this boy gonna do? He said, ass out. I'm like, yo, Sam, if you're gonna have your ass out, go on top of the bed. In my head, I was just gonna tell him, you know, if you're gonna do that, just, you know, my boy, arch that back though. But I'm like, you know what, he can't do that, so no, I'm good.
No.
Oh God, someone's gonna clip that.
That's
so. I didn't see like, because we have a group message and we talk all the time. I saw like him saying, Miguel said something like, oh, y'all go hate our newest thumbnail. And I'm like, wait, but I saw him I saw the video and the message at the same time, and I'm like, oh, Sam, he put his ass on the internet.
Hey, I put my ass on the line every single day. So.
But what's more funny is that I didn't expect what he was about to say right after he did the ass cheek out on the bed. He literally said, "Hey guys, that's my OnlyFans, so check that out."
He did, like, and it's in the video. I watched it. I was like, "Oh, Sam."
Boy said OnlyFans.
Like I said, long quarantine. You got to make things fun.
One day, Sam's mom is gonna find this, and she's gonna beat him. He's gonna be 35 years old. His mom just gonna whoop his ass random. He's like, "What did I do?" And she gonna be like, "I saw the thumbnail."
Nah, but let's go back to the news topic that Sam said about the
Jujutsu Kaisen. I love Jujutsu Kaisen, and I'm so that trailer looks fantastic.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah,
Mappa's doing work.
Mappa has been doing the work because of Dodoro last year. I'm happy Dodoro did so well in popularity. It actually got ends, and then actually with what's going on with Jujutsu Kaisen, and actually the animation looked good. Freaking Gojo, Yuji looking so wonderful. Good. Like his oh my god. I don't want to talk about no spoilers because I only read 9 chapters plus a prequel, but just knowing about what Gojo does,
he's broken.
He's broken because
he's one of the most OP characters I've ever seen.
And just the way he talked, I'm hyped to see him animated. I can't wait to see how far they go. And I'm happy for Mappa. I'm happy for the series to get the popularity as it should. And I'm happy that they've still been finding the time and the work to put it and still try to release it this year, because it was announced last year in December. They say, hey, we're going to have release in 2020. And it's been 5 months in, hey, we haven't got no update. Is it going to be pushed because of this quarantine? And then they still say, hey, we still put in this work. We're going to put it in the fall season. Fall season has Attack on Titan, Slime, and now this series. Oh my god, fall season for this year is gonna be nice.
Well, and then we getting the Demon Slayer movie too,
right?
Yep. Yeah, right.
Yeah, we getting the Infinity Train.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's gonna be released in Japan though, but most likely for us, it's gonna be released in this January maybe, or more for US for us. But
the train arc was
the My Hero movie.
The
The My Hero movie hit us pretty quick after it got
it did.
Yeah, it takes about about 2-3 months after it airs in Japan. It depends how fast Funimation, Animeplex wants to have it out for us. So it depends how fast they want to do it for us. But I'm excited for it. This fall season 2020, even though with its mixed up and downs, push season, push this, it's still good overall because it's been interesting with manga and anime out there.
Yeah.
The thing is, I know people are complaining about Netflix jail. Like US and Netflix will not be able to get it until months after Japan release all their episodes. But at the same time,
get a VPN, nerds.
It's pretty stacked already. But sometimes you want to have that one remaining anime that you can have for the winter, just in case. You never know what new anime is gonna come out during the winter and stuff.
How do you guys feel about that, Ian, Pat? How do you guys feel about Netflix taking licensing of anime, but it releases after it's aired to the public? How do you guys feel about that? When they call it Netflix, do you think that's more of cuffs in, or do you think that's more of eyes to the audience? Since a lot of people, like my girlfriend, don't know about Crunchyroll and Funimation without me telling her. So do you think Netflix is a good way to show more to the popularity to the people? How do you guys feel about that?
Personally, I think it might be a good way for people who don't really know the avenues to find anime to get exposed to it. Because I know me, I'll watch Kiss anime for the longest back in the day. But I knew those different sites, where I could find anime. Yeah. And for the people that don't know those sites, I think Netflix and Hulu has a really good selection of anime. I think it's a good way for them to get exposed to it. So I think it might not look good, but I think overall in the long run, it's helping people get exposed to it more. I know a lot of people, a lot of my friends who aren't as big into anime, like us, they'll say oh, I want to watch some anime, I got Netflix, what can I find? I'm like, oh, okay, well, let me scroll through my Netflix and, let me see what's on here, let me see what recommendations I could do for you. So I think overall it's good for pushing, the anime agenda forward and helping people get exposed to it, who don't know those pirate sites or who don't have a Crunchyroll or Funimation.
Right.
Yeah, because I knew about Seven Deadly Sins, but I didn't get into it until I saw the first season on Netflix.
Sorry.
So you make a great
Yeah, me too. Yep.
Yeah.
And like with Netflix, it helps in and out with some series like James just said. How about the 7 Deadly Sins? I didn't know about it without Crunchyroll Funimation. I also heard about it from a friend. Like, hey, you should watch the series because on Netflix. Oh, I never knew about it. I watched the first season in 24 hours, and then I was season 2 within a week, and season 3 I probably will never watch in my life. But yeah, it's
don't waste your time. You're good.
No, well, I read the series. It's just sad the way it ended. It's so.
It never happened, so I don't know.
Yeah, there is no season 3.
Yeah,
I don't know what you're
I
talking about.
didn't know
Never
there was
happened.
an adaptation for a third season. Honestly, I didn't know that.
It hurts.
Even the
it breaks
movie,
my
the movie
heart.
looks so much. Look, the movie made that third season just made the movie more. Hey, look, hey, movie, okay, pretty
It
cool.
breaks
Not
my
bad.
heart, like literally, just to see what happened to that series in season 3 and the manga, what happened to it. It's like, how did you go downhill from having such great characters, Meliodas and Bond, to just go downhill after season 2? It's just hurt my heart.
It pisses me off because this has been happening for years. If you look at movies, there's a huge trend of movies that start off as R, and they think they're going to gain a bigger audience by dropping to PG-13, but all you do is piss off the audience, and then no one wants to see it. That's what Seven Deadly Sins did. Season 1 and 2 was pretty violent, and then you get to 3, and then you see this neutered piece of shit with terrible animation. It's ridiculous. No one wants to watch that.
Yeah.
But Kukas, speaking about animation, Panion, do you guys see already a insight of where do you want to go to with your art style being more animated? Like, you know how Tower of God went from almost the same into its anime. Do you guys see the same thing happening with your guys' creation, by the way?
I think, I was gonna say, I mean, so me and Patrick talk a lot about who we think would be a good fit to animate GodPunch. Of course, we always talk about like Bones, Madhouse.
Oh yes.
With the A1.
Madhouse.
A1 is good.
Wit is a good studio. But I think
Wit is great.
Yeah, I think between and then of course some like honorable mentions would be like David Productions or something. You know, they're doing really good.
As well.
But yeah, our top 2 are really like Bones and like Madhouse. They're
the goats.
Madhouse.
They're the goats. Yeah.
GodPunch looks so fucking good. Oh my god.
Oh
my god.
You cannot disclass A1 Picture because they also have done SAO season 3, which was beautiful.
I mean, they did Alicization, and Alicization looks incredible.
The animation.
I think A1 had
do the Fate series as well.
Sins too, didn't they?
Yeah, they were originally the 7 Deadly Sins animated.
Right.
Yeah, they were the
Yeah.
original. And so like A1 Pictures is good. Like they have the records for it, and it shows. And plus, they're currently doing.
They got a good resume.
Yeah, they have a great resume.
Oh, they did
the
Persona
Kage.
4, the golden animation.
Yeah, Persona 4 as well. They also did Kaguya-sama Love is War right now. So I
they did
suggest
Asterix War and Erased. Yeah, they.
Yeah, so
A1 also.
that's
A1
why
is
they call-
A1.
That's right.
Jim beat me to it. Jim beat me to it.
That's what you did there, don't.
That's very true. But I'm glad that you guys have spoken about have an idea of where to take it.
Yeah.
Man, I got so much Japanese pop music on my phone that I want to use this anime opening.
I love it. I love it so much.
Bro, like the first time me and Yende went to Dallas to do we went on a road trip to Dallas to do an interview with the Anime podcast. We listened to like Japanese pop music the whole way. This should be fire as an opening. This should be dope, bro. So that's what we do.
I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad.
By the way, so Jorge in the chat goes, it's like, hey, Netflix is the biggest streaming platform. It's the only way a show like Devilman Crybaby could get any attention that it did.
That's true.
And we'll talk about
That's very
Jujutsu
true.
Kaisen. And like we talked about this earlier today because we talked earlier today. We talk all the time. Like everybody has Netflix. Like everybody knows Netflix.
Yeah.
Like if you're gonna accidentally stumble across something, it's gonna be on Netflix. You're not gonna accidentally stumble across something on Amazon. Like most people who have Crunchyroll and stuff, yeah, they'll find it. But like the amount of people, the number of people that have Netflix, that's how you're gonna get something like to be popular. Like honestly, like that's the way it's gonna work. Netflix that is a great place for it to be.
Also, you can show the dark and seinen version part of Jujutsu Kaisen onto it as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
Like
even though
they don't have to have a rating on Netflix, they really don't. Like they can do what they want to do with their story on Netflix. To be completely honest,
and I no matter how much I like Amazon Prime and their anime catalog list with Totoro, Vinland Saga, and
their
stuff
video
like that,
platform is not as well known.
Yeah, it's not like advertised well, and that's always kind of the problem.
Yeah, when I think about Prime, I'm going there for very, very specific things. I'm not going to browse like I would on Netflix.
Because Prime is no more for shopping and also to rent some movies. They don't know about there's some.
I don't even know about renting movies from them. Like
keep it a stake. I didn't know that they even had a streaming site until somebody told me Vinland Saga was there. So
exactly.
Well, see, that's fair. Most people are like that, and that's why I feel like Netflix is a great place for it to be.
It's because they don't market their Amazon Prime saying that, hey, we have anime, TVs, and movies that we produce. They don't actually market it on Twitter.
And I hear they got good shows on there.
They do.
They
have some great stuff.
They actually, like, I will say that all the ones that they have picked are fantastic.
And but that Jack Reacher, I think it's called, or
Jack Ryan.
Jack Ryan is great.
Really
Good Omens is great. Like Upload is fantastic. Like they have fantastic shows.
The Boys.
The Boys. The Boys messed me up.
That is some
that would mess me up.
That's a crazy show. Like, yo, man.
I haven't finished it, but I've seen clips of.
I understand why you haven't. It took me a while to finish it too, because it's dark. It's dark. Real dark.
It's dark, and it's just some of the story beats were predictable for me. So once something happened, like I saw it coming. So it's just. I don't know if it was me myself that no story bits are ready. So once something,
you're preaching to the choir here, bro.
Yeah. So I'm like, So like too crazy. Like once I saw episode 3, I was like, okay, I saw that happening, and he's gonna kill the dude, and then alright, cool. I could just stop. I'm good. So I took a break. I will get back into it one day and everything. But it got me intrigued more by seeing later episodes clips on Twitter and everything. I'm like, okay, a baby with X-rays eyes.
So I mean, season 2. Man, like the source material for this is
the source material
pretty
is
nutty.
Very dark.
It's I feel like the source material is darker, which is
so
crazy.
Dark.
Yeah.
So it's like the season 2 for this could go into some really, really like, is this okay for TV territory?
Yeah, because I heard in the comic book that the run is kind of rated R. So
it's rated MA.
That's some NC-17 stuff right there.
So I'm really curious about how's that gonna be translated, because I heard that about the rumors and everything that they're gonna go page by page for the TV show. I'm like, for you to do that, like connect, but then it works for streaming service because they don't have
Amazon
rating.
Got the money, so
they have no rating.
They got the money.
They got the money.
Yeah. They have a huge backer right here.
Quarantine has helped them with many more buys.
Oh, not even just that. Yeah. But still, the Boys is something special. I'll say that. But no, I don't think there's no such thing as Netflix jail. No. It's not a real thing. It's like Netflix, if anything, it helps series that are on Netflix. Like Netflix is one of the most popular streaming services in the world. So I can't see that as a bad thing.
Yeah, and I already know that if people can't really wait and they are the diehard Jujutsu Kaisen fans,
get a VPN.
Yeah, they'll do VPN.
Those are very legal and very cheap.
Or they'll just go to the Kiss Anime or whatever.
Let's not plug those. Let's just say VPN. And
just get a VPN.
Yeah.
You already pay for Netflix. It's fine.
And I know that one of the other news that Sam has, I want to know, Payan, have you guys watched or read Soul Eater and Fire Force?
I never got deep into Soul Eater. Like I tried to watch it a while back and didn't get all the way through it.
Okay.
It was good. I think I was watching a bunch of
when she hear this, but
I know.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's definitely good, and I think Fire Force was good too. It definitely picked up around the second half of the season. Like the first half, I think a lot of people were kind of like not that they were sleeping on it, but I think the fan service definitely turned off a lot of people in the first half.
It did.
And admittedly, it's not that bad. It's just the moments where it happens is
Yep.
not.
You exactly right. The timing is terrible.
The timing is horrible.
And like,
so
fan
bad.
service.
And like James,
Yeah.
who read the series for us, he told us that some of the fan service scenes happen 1 or 2 panels, but in the anime they extended those 1-2 panels
Yeah.
to like a minute. I'm like, there's
Man,
no need for it.
I
It's
remember
not as a big a deal in the manga compared to the anime. I feel like they put way too much emphasis on it in the anime.
That was
And then
the
it's
first
just
time.
awkward.
Yeah,
That's
that was the first
That's
time I
why
was like,
think
I
it
need to read
feels
this.
so awkward because in the manga, I mean, it's in there, but it's not like how it is in the anime. It's crazy.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about Gleifnir right now.
I don't know what
That's
you're
how I
talking
feel.
about, so that's
yeah,
okay.
right. Yeah, don't worry about it. Don't
There's
worry
a
about
current
it.
season right now, like a current
Yeah,
season
don't worry
anime
about it.
airing.
But yeah, like going back into Miguel's news. So this is gonna be Fire Force is in its last near finale, and this is gonna be his last work
Yeah.
into the manga.
Yeah, I saw he was gonna retire.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so he's gonna retire after this. So this is gonna be my lead with question is that with a creator like him making 2 series, so either Fire Force hit or miss to some people or not, with you guys doing GodPunch, do you ever see yourself doing another series after this and then like maybe retire after that, like, or you just want to go with this one and be like Oda, just see where it goes 20 years later and then see what happens?
I think we both got series lined up after this.
Yeah.
That's
Cool.
good to hear. That's good to hear.
We both got things to. I mean, we got something that we're working on together, and then I know we both have separate projects that we're doing. So
That's great to
Yeah.
hear.
That's
I
what's up.
got before I was even on the GodPunch team, I had like several stories lined up to get into.
I love it.
My issue was I would start a story and then I would write another one and be like, okay, I'm gonna go start this other one. I literally would draw maybe like 2 pages of the other story and be like, okay, no, this other story is great. Let me go start working on that. And I would never finish anything. So the first chapter of any manga that I ever worked on was GodPunch. Like that's the first chapter I ever finished. So now with my personal series, Black Lotus, that I talked with Patrick a lot about, I've already written about 12 chapters of that. And I just recently wrote like the entire first saga,
Oh, nice.
Dang.
Which is about
I need to be talking to y'all because I need somebody to motivate me to just get this stuff out of my brain. Because y'all like, yeah, I done wrote the whole damn thing, and I'm like, oh, I wrote like the title.
And that's me the way.
It's like, yeah, I have a cool concept in mind, but I haven't written anything
I
yet.
haven't written it yet. Yep. Mhm.
because
For
like,
me, it's more like a random idea comes to me, and I'm not almost like Drake. I have to be on my phone. Like, wait, I gotta type this up real quick.
That's me with
Idea
Sam.
right away,
Blackberry.
right now.
Sam pisses.
Can't.
Not that Sam pisses me off, that he always tells me these great ideas in person, whatever. I'm like, Sam, write it down, because remember, we talk so much every day. We talk about mad stuff, girls, OnlyFans. We talk about anime and everything. So we need to talk about writing it down. And Sam be like, damn, I forgot. I'm like, you see, that's why you gotta write them down. Write them
I did. It's in the chat. It's in the messenger
yeah,
chat.
the
It's
notes
okay.
notes is like my favorite tool. Like
It
the
is.
Google Notes, I write so many things in there, and the fact that you can use it across platforms, like on your computer and stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's how me and Patrick started working on the other thing that we're working on. Like I just had an idea, threw it in the notes, kind of fleshed it out a little bit, and then put it in Google Docs and sent it to Patrick and was like, hey, take a look at this. And that's how we got started on that. I mean, so many of my series started in just a couple of bullet points, just ideas. So
That's
love it.
smart. That's smart,
I love
because
it.
those advices that you guys said, I will be taking myself, because like Ray said, I've been wanting to get back into drawing again. I used to be an artist back when I was in high school. That's where I learned how to draw, like all artistically. And then after that, I just got busy with sports, girls, and just stopped drawing. So then I want to get back into it. So that's the reason when I saw,
It's high school.
with Twitter, seeing so many people artistic, so many type of motivation, and then they hear you guys, makes me want to, put my ideas on the table and actually, see it. Hopefully it looks good.
Yo.
yeah.
For sure. It was so great to have you guys into this podcast.
Yeah, thank you
guys.
so much.
Yeah,
for coming
this
to
was-
talk
this
with
is
us.
awesome.
bro.
I mean, no offense to all of our other people who've been here, but this has been like my favorite. Like,
Yeah, this,
I'm not- when
like-
when Yid said Ron Mahaff, I was like, yep, this is it. This is the one.
That's the one.
this is honestly one that I was excited
Ray,
for.
golden
Ray know
episode.
No,
I don't ever. Y'all know me. I'm very reserved, and like I get hyped, but no, when he said that, that's the hypest I think I've ever gotten on the show. Like straight up.
He literally went back chair and literally.
So just saying, this has been my favorite. So
I would say the same. As much as I love all of the guests we have had, you guys are the one that I was most excited to have just chat behind the scenes stuff. So thank you guys for joining on the show. And I think that we could talk more later offline, but thank you guys for being on the show.
Thank you so much.
It was a privilege.
Thank you, like, because we know
thanks for
time
having
is the most valuable thing. So like, thank you for spending your time to come talk with us, some random dudes on the internet.
No, man, we appreciate y'all having us, man.
We're
gonna put this interview on our website too.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah, y'all going on the GodPunch website.
We appreciate that.
Sure.
Speaking of GodPunch, by the way, I'm not gonna lie. While we were sitting here talking, it reminded me to go buy my shirt. So I went and bought my shirt while we were sitting here.
What, did you use the code?
I used the code.
Okay, all right.
I did.
There you go.
So
there you go.
I got my pink God shirt, because I got a whole fit for it planned already. So it's.
I thought about wearing the pink hoodie for the interview. I thought about wearing the pink. I ain't want to do it to him though.
You should have done it.
You should have
done it to him.
By the way, Pat, did you send the books out yet to us?
No, we haven't sent.
We haven't even
out, so.
signed them yet because Patrick he had an eye infection.
No, Ray, you can't ask.
No,
Ray,
Pat, what'd you write? No, he said that he had you write something weird in my book. What you write in the book?
No.
Hey, Miguel,
you can't
Miguel
tell.
paid
Pat.
for it and it's personalized. You
Pat,
can't
you cannot
say
tell
it.
him. Pat, you can't tell him. Thank you.
I'm not saying nothing.
Thank you, Pat.
But no, we
Client to
got
customers, confidentiality or something like that.
You see, Sam is my second in command for a reason. You see, he defends me. Thank you, Sam.
we got the shipment in last week, and when I was getting ready to go to Yunde's house so we could sign them, I got like a real bad eye infection at work, and so I didn't know if it was contagious or not. So I've been doped up on antibiotics for like a week. So I'm actually planning on going to Yunde's house tomorrow so we can sign and get them out, around the weekend.
Yep.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
Y'all want to see the box? Hold on, let me put it.
He got the
pull a whole box.
We got so this is these are the chapter 2 copies in this box.
Ooh. Okay.
About I think it's like so we have like 60 something. No, how many do we order, Patrick? We ordered like 70 something of each.
Yeah, I think we got like 70, 75 or something like that.
Yeah, so there's like because we always order extra just in case we get some stragglers because there's always stragglers after we close. After we close,
y'all got extras. Y'all still selling? Let me see. Let me check the inventory. And see.
You're like, hold up, because we've been promoting this for 2 weeks, but then
we planned for you. Yeah,
you've been seeing us tweet this entire time about how we're selling hard copies, and the day we close orders, wait, y'all not taking none of them? We already put the order in. Now ain't nothing to do for you. Well, I'm gonna see what I can do when the shipment come in. I ain't gonna make
let me go look in the back real quick.
No, that's it. Let me go look in the back real quick.
Let me just double check the back stock. Let me check. Yeah, we got some.
Oh man, I love it.
I mean, these are the first editions, so you're gonna have to like collect these, keep them in great conditions and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so
we're
as much as it is, where can the good people find you guys?
Yes,
even though
plug everything,
plug everything,
everywhere you
everything.
Your drunk tweets,
yeah.
your horny tweets, wherever you want to find.
Oh man, all right, I'll pop it off. Starting off with the Twitter, this is official GodPunch. I think it's the Twitter name, official GodPunch. That's all together. It's the same thing on Twitter and Instagram. For me, my Instagram is GodPunchPat. My Twitter is _GodPunchPat. I'm on Facebook. It's Patrick Thomas. And that's it. Yunde?
Yes. So also to correct you on the GodPunch, it's Team GodPunch.
Team GodPunch.
At Team GodPunch. On Instagram, I think it's official GodPunch. Or unless Evan changed it to match the Twitter, I think you could probably. I think it's Team GodPunch on both.
We'll add it into our description and on the social media.
Yeah. So there's that. That's the official. And then we got Kokujin Creates on. I mean, that's my handle on Twitter and my name on Instagram. But
actually, I think we have them in the description right now. Yeah.
Already?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah. So that's my
description.
Twitter and Instagram. I don't really use Facebook like that. Patrick uses Facebook.
You don't know to answer my tags on Facebook.
Sorry. Yeah. I'm probably I was on the cusp of using Facebook back when I was in like middle school and high school, and then I transitioned to Twitter. So
Twitter's better anyway. It's fine. I understand.
Twitter is better.
It is. It is.
Yeah, Twitter and Discord are the best apps to me ever to date.
Twitter's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
And then our website, of course, is teamgodpunch.com. So.
Yep.
Cool. Ray?
I mean, look, you've been listening to this show for I don't know how many episodes.
51.
And I mean, how many more episodes you going to listen to? You should probably listen to all of them. Just saying. But you should know me by now. Rayapollo, Rayapollo on Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. Don't put a space between Ray and Apollo because if you do, you're going to have a bad time. Just Rayapollo, one word. Okay.
You're gonna find a fried chicken.
No, it's worse. We're not gonna get into that. James?
Yes, you guys can follow me all over social media at C4Spoilers. If you want to find absolutely everything that we do articles on movies, TV shows, anime, gaming, all at C4Spoilers.com. Get all of the podcasts on the Careful for Spoilers podcast network. Check us out there.
Sam?
All right, guys. Thank you guys again for joining us. And I'm going to give a shout out to the rest of the team of Team GodPunch. Kendrick Underwood, thank you very much. Kenneth Duke Moore, thank you very much. Blake Donaldson, thank you. Greg Gino Meredith, thank you. Thank you for your hard work. Evan Richardson, thank you guys for your hard work. Thank you guys for coming in for Team GodPunch.
Yes, thank you so much for being here.
Yes,
God, this was so
much.
much fun.
Thank
you.
you.
So much fun.
Thank you. I enjoyed it. I was looking forward to this, man.
Good. I'm glad.
Nice.
And thank you guys for watching. You can always follow me at LegendyVash on my Twitter handle, NIG. You will not find any drunken tweets or any horny tweets. Other than that, guys, thank you guys for listening.
Sometimes.
Only on the podcast where I could freely talk about anything. Other than that, guys, thank you guys for
with
watching.
your ice wine. Yeah, whatever.
Thank you guys. We love you guys for watching. Peace.